Global Geek Gang is sponsored by Big Bulge. Stay tuned.
Yeah! What is up, my friends?
Hope you like that countdown. I sluck that.
Wow.
If you don't know what Big Bulge is, Clobberin knows. Oh, yeah, it's thick wood on his desk. You know that much.
Yeah. Well, we have a new host apparently today. His name is Fat Steven Seagal. So
hi, welcome to Global Geek Gang. I am taking over. You call my Big Daddy.
Oh, welcome, my friends and distinguished guests on the panel, and also Fat Steven Seagal.
And this will be my last and only show where I actually gave a damn. Let me tell you about the greatness of Funko Pops, Clobberin. Do you got an hour or two?
Yeah, we're going to do a segment on Funko Pops and how everyone
what was that,
who collects
Mom?
them.
I gotta go. What?
It's about how everyone who collects them is not so bad.
Who's finding a bag of chips?
I don't know, but I want some.
It's my Reese's, y'all stop.
Oh, Reese's.
No, that's
even
not
better.
true. You only sit on Reese's. You don't eat them.
No, I got me some more, and now I'm going to eat it. I'm hungry.
That's right. I think I was listening to You in Purple yesterday, and somebody sat on their Reese's. What in the
I did. I didn't realize it, and I thought it was closed, and it was open, and it got all over my leg, and just it is.
I can't lick this shit off my leg. What is this?
I did not say that.
I'm flexible.
Hello, friends out there in the chat. Minimus is here. Claude Parrish, the great D. Bud Martin, a man of iron. Steve Mitchum, brother, what's up? Good to see you, buddy. Hungry Boy, all right, man. Good to see you. Thanks for all those cool comments on my Spinner Rack Time Machine videos. I'm really enjoying those, and you are a great artist of your own right, sir. The lovely Six is here. Hello, Six. Great to see you.
Hi, Six.
Hi, Six. Let's see. Who else? The Dead and the Damned. I'm not familiar with that individual, but so that's new. Hello, Dead and the Damned.
Cool name.
Welcome. The lovely Sherry. Sherry, it is absolutely wonderful to see you here, my dear. Thank you. Keely Chow, an insincere roll tide at you. I'm an LSU fan. It's insincere when I say roll tide, but I think Keely knows that by now.
Is it talking sports again?
Only a little bit.
Oh.
Just brightest day. What's up, Zach? You should come hang out with us, man.
Yeah, Zach.
If you were available, Zach, we will have. Would love to have you hang out with us. Let's see here.
Jesus, Ash, that's a word you don't really use with Funko Pops. Oh my God.
Crusade.
Oh, well, now I've changed my mind.
Oh my God.
I've changed my mind since Sherry has Funko Pops. They are okay now, and I love them.
Oh, thank you.
That's damn right.
Yeah, now all of a sudden, like that. Sherry,
Funkos bring the ladies.
Funko Pops are lovely, Sherry. Now, because now we know that Arwen has some, and we know that Purple has some.
Clobberin, you're sexy.
I only have 200 or 400. Shush.
Now,
Steve,
if you have that
really
many,
want to go meta, you need a Funko bobblehead of yourself.
Oh, that's all I need.
That's in the making.
It won't be a bobblehead. It'll be my head will be stationary, but my belly will just bobble back and forth. Be a gravitational pull Funko. That's pretty much what it is.
My goodness. I have someone I was supposed to invite. I got to find him though.
Oprah?
She turned me down. I know who. I was supposed to bring in Cockney, and I told him he gets weird, but I don't know if he's going to show up. But there he is. Listen, I'll send him the invite. He can make it fine. He keeps changing his name. Someone has to have a conversation with him about that.
Who is it, Clobby? Because we don't know who you're talking about.
Exactly, because he keeps changing his name.
Okay, everyone just go silent. Everyone go silent for like 3 seconds and just nod so Clobby can hear it. Smile.
You know what? You know what Cockney did to me last night, and he's done it to me like he has put on a responsibility on my shoulders that I did not want to bear, and it's his fault. Cockney, if you're hearing this out there.
What have you done this time?
Well, he is for many months, as you all know. You know, he streamed for 12 hours the other day.
Wow.
Jeez.
Right at the 12 mark, with the limit, I guess, to StreamYards, right? He did it the other day. Well, he, of course, has been wrestling with that deep societal issue. Oh, it's got one going on now. Well, I sent him a stream. I sent him thank you, Sherry. I sent him an invite, as I promised I would this. He is more than welcome to hang out with us. Nick will be here soon. Father Miller, I invited him. I don't think he can make it. But yes, 11 hours, 54 minutes, and 59 seconds. Why didn't you just go for the whole 12, dude? But anyway.
24-hour Cockney.
You know the old Deckard is a replicant, Deckard is a human argument?
Mm-hmm.
It's been going on for almost 40 years now.
Yeah.
Well, somehow, I don't know how this happened to me. He's, of course, it's something that's something of a passion of Deckard's, which is, fine, of course. Yeah, I'm calling him Deckard now. He's Spock, he's Cockney, he's all over the place. Well, somehow he's decided that I'm going to be the ruling, as if I have that authority. I'm the ruling factor on it. He wants me to, because I made the confession that I haven't watched Blade Runner since I saw it in the theater in 1982 when I was 18 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Nothing against it, just haven't seen it again. And it developed a phenomenon a little bit after that. And as you know, there are many people in this. That's the StreamYard limit, that exact number, 11 hours, 54 minutes, and 59 seconds. Whoa. So he's decided that and again, I have to watch it again. I promised I would. And he said it can be the director's cut. I don't know how many. Hello, Louise Sparrow. I guess there are 50 different cuts, right?
It's about.
Yep.
So,
there's a lot.
Oh my
Why
God,
me?
Kraken! Oh my God!
Why me? I don't want this responsibility, but I guess I have to do it.
Louise Sparrow, your poem was awesome. I'm sorry, yeah.
Oh, that was the poem you read yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Auburn and Purple. Oh my!
She
Yes,
wrote
it
that.
was.
Never pork. Never pork. Never pork.
It was.
Yeah.
Six says Blade Runner is terrible. Oh.
I think she's
Shots
trying to start
fired.
Stir it up.
Oh,
I just felt a
Great,
switchblade come out.
Do you have any Blade Runner fans here on the panel?
What's a Blade Runner?
yeah.
Okay.
Is that an ice skater?
Wasn't me. She said it, not me. I'm innocent. I was in it since 1982. Don't hurt me.
Bobby, you have to watch it and then give your proclamation.
But
So
why
we
does it
can
have to-
all know.
because we all know a certain well-known YouTuber's made a 30-minute video on it, and he jumps down the throat of anyone who says that Deckard is human. On the other hand, a lot of people maintain that he is human, and there's been so much talk about it seemingly recently, like over the past year, a whole lot of it, whether it's a human or a replicant. And what if I watch it and I don't have an opinion?
That's
I
perfectly
know that's weird for
fine.
me.
No, it's perfectly fine.
Yes.
You won't have to deal with that 30-minute video guy and anyone else that tries to say the otherwise. You can sit in the middle going, I just don't care. It was
Life's too short to argue about whether or not he's a replicant.
That is.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
but it's at the same time like that as who shot first? Who cares at this point?
Oh, we
already
all-
know it
yeah,
was
but see, that's
time.
different,
We
though.
already
There's
know
no
it's
gray-
him.
Yeah, there's no gray area until it got changed. But here's the thing: they've left this to people's. Although didn't Ridley Scott saying that he's a replicant?
I believe
Did he?
so,
I
but
don't
doesn't
know. I
Harrison
always
Ford say
thought
he's
he was
human? So
I always thought he was human. I never got the whole controversy until I started hanging out with y'all, and then all of a sudden I realized, oops, I have wrong think.
yeah, there's strong feelings about this film. I have no idea why.
Seriously, I'm like, dang, y'all okay?
Uh-oh. The Dead and the Damned has called Six out. Why is Six allowed to speak after that terrible thing? Because we love Six, and everyone is allowed to have an opinion. Fat Steven Seagal, of course.
As long as friendships aren't broken, I don't see the problem. You know.
Forget friendships. This
They
is war.
do though. That's the problem.
I know.
It is. They get angry, don't they, Purple? I'm like,
Remember when it was just Kirk or Picard? This is a
we all
whole
know-
new realm.
right,
here.
and that was always Kirk was the easy answer. So anyone said Picard was just wrong. So there you go.
But actually, it's Cisco. But that's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
he's
Cisco. Yeah,
Cisco's a good
Here
second.
we
I'll
go.
give you that. Cisco's good in second place. Yeah.
yes, first place all the way. Cisco.
It's
Yes,
Kirk.
okay. Thank you, Bobby, for agreeing with
Kirk
that.
is unsurpassed. He is the standard.
keep on
by
good
which
notes.
all
Everyone's opinion
captains are
about
measured.
Cisco is right except Clobby, so it's all good.
Hey,
Um,
Kirk is the standard that all Starship commanders shall
I can't
always
hear
be
you
judged
over your
by.
wrong, I think. I can't hear you.
Yeah. Well, we all know that I'm right about Kirk now. But again,
I don't think you're
Cisco's
only right
okay,
about
though.
the thing that Cisco was first, and I think Kirk was second.
how many times did Kirk save the universe as opposed to Cisco?
How many? Cisco's a prophet, man. He's saving the universe. Oh,
Yeah, he needed aliens to back him up and do all of his.
No,
little-
the
Oh my
aliens
God.
back him up. The aliens are part of his
Hey,
genetic
I'm in the
code.
red corner.
I
Listen
love-
here, you burn hands.
I love
what
Cisco.
the hell?
Mum and
I
Dad
really
are
do.
fighting.
Yes, they are.
But ask
I'm
Cisco.
gonna whip out a Funko
Hey,
and teach him what's what.
Cisco was the one that wanted Kirk's autograph. I'll never forget.
Yeah.
Just saying.
So they also saved Kirk's life in that episode too.
Yeah, well, Cisco wouldn't exist without Kirk, so he had to.
I hope you're choking.
Boys, you're both pretty. It's all
There would
right.
be no, there would be no, there would be no Starfleet Federation without Kirk.
No, that's not
Bobby,
true.
let me
Mikey
ask
Burnham
you
came
this.
beforehand.
Let me ask you this.
You're right. Yes.
Okay, you, Kirk is your man. Okay,
He's
would
the
you
man.
actually consider to have a Funko Pop of Kirk?
No, I won't even have the Funko Pop of the thing.
Really? Wow! Oh, wow! Okay.
That's how
And there was-
strong he
there's a-
feels.
Wow.
And you know, Purple. Remember I told you, but there's a thing like a big version of it, like a
Yeah.
giant Funko Pop, and I saw it at Target.
Yeah, it's a
Target,
10-inch thing.
Yeah, and I resisted.
You risked
Now
buying
I
10
know
inches
what
for
not to
yourself?
get you for Christmas.
Yes, I resisted it. But in all seriousness, my friends, it's only about the great fat Steven Seagal I like to mess with. I do hate Funkos, but I don't hate people who have Funkos.
Oh, that's good.
That's
You're that
great.
Spider-Man, you're in.
Good.
Yeah.
Hates the
And-
object, not the fan. Okay.
Everyone,
Yes,
okay,
exactly.
Okay, if anyone who has Clobbery's mailing address, just start sending random Funkos from your collection. He's gonna
You know
wake up
what?
one day with just boxes of them.
I
Everywhere.
do.
I got enough of a collection as it is. That
A
I can't.
FedEx
Just, I
truck
don't care.
will show up one day with just Funko Pops.
See,
full of
Funkos are
it.
not toys. Funkos are not toys. They're
Just
pops. They're dust collectors.
Did anyone order 400 Captain Kirks?
And you keep them in the box, dude. I mean, that's just. I mean, wow.
I keep
Maybe
them
if
in
you
the
took them out of the
box.
box, I would respect them.
Hey, I keep the ones I'd like out of the box. The ones I keep in the box is not only because it doesn't, if secondary market affects it. I've told you this story. When I actually had to sell 8 of my chases, I sold it for $2,500 cash. The guy came and picked them up that morning. So,
Cavatino. Hey, Cavatino. No, I hear you, man. Look, I respect it. It's a as people love it. It's just not my bag, baby, as they say.
And that's okay. That's more for the rest of us. It's all good.
That's true. Because if I were into
Okay.
them, hey, I would have billions of them. Well,
Yeah. That's
no, I
okay.
wouldn't. I can't even get billions of my own, the toys I am into, because there's no room for them anymore. I had to expense and room. Go ahead, Papa.
Did you ever manage to get the Red Skull figure that you were looking for?
No, I didn't. I need to order. I just keep forgetting to order. But I did get my Nova figure, which I'm happy about. That was I hate these Walgreens exclusives. But I was able to. Red Skull was sort of like, yeah, I kind of like it, but it's not a big deal if I don't get it. I might get that new Ultron. I had to get that Thanos, and of course the Doc Doom that we both got, which was fantastic.
Mhm.
But the Doc Doom came into the category. There's no way I could miss it. And then that Nova, I had to have it. So. But yeah, Skull. Have you seen that Skull anywhere? I mean, just out in stores or no?
which Red Skull is it?
It's just a current one. It's with the old look, the green outfit. From basically a Silver Age kind of and Bronze Age look for the Red Skull Classic. And they got a new Captain America one coming out that is the greatest figure I've seen of Captain America. Marvel Legends, a 20th anniversary Toy Biz anniversary one that is just the best colors and everything. It's even better than that 80th anniversary that I must have. Which I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it because they make these damn exclusives and shit.
Yeah.
It's easy to find. Honestly, if you're part of any of the Facebook groups in general, even if it's Funko characters, there are people
It's
out there.
the Legends one.
Yeah. Oh, Marvel Legends Okay, hold on a second. Because I have friends
That
too.
one's
That
been in
if you need it, I
stores.
can find it for you. Yeah.
I think that one, but to see if you could order it on Amazon and it's not that bad, that's all I need to do. I just need to remember to do it. The thing is, some of these, in other words, you can't order that Nova on the Amazon. It's like double the price on eBay now because it's a friggin' Walgreens exclusive. That's the thing that aggravates me. The Thanos, I was able to order it.
But that's what I'm saying, Bobby. There are Facebook groups out there that actually do trades and pickups at cost. All you have to do is pay for the shipping and the cost of the toy. You just got to find a right group in the Marvel Legends that there's not flippers that will do it, unless you've been trying that already. What's so fun? What did I do? Did I fart?
Hey, Cappuccino, let's
Black
see.
market toys.
Yes, it's an evil market. Did they ever make an Ultron Mark 1 for the Flashback? No, I don't think they did, but they do have a new Ultron that looks kind of good. There's a new Doctor Strange going out there that's pretty good, but I have a good Doctor Strange. See, I have to limit my figures to. It's got to be a character I can't live without. Otherwise, I would be like before, and I have so many figures now that I can't even display. It's ridiculous.
Oh wow! Oh wow!
What?
Oh no, I'm looking at the Doctor Doom one, and that too from the Marvel Legends. Like that's really good.
Purple,
except the other face,
that
the
one.
eyes look outside. What's up with this other eye? That looks so good.
That's one of the best regular size Doom figures. I mean, it is the best one I've ever seen. And Doom, of course, Purple has the greatest Doom statue ever.
We could all take it from her one day.
That is a good one. Really good.
Last week, excuse me, a couple of week before that's whatever. Mark D with a C, our good buddy, he went to New York Comic Con and Purple. He filmed. What's up, the great Nick Weiser? What's up, buddy?
Hey, Nick.
How are you, Nick? How are your Twinkies and Slim Jims?
And we thought about you, Purple, when we saw the Doctor Doom statue they had there. It was amazing. What is wrong with it?
Oh, I think I've seen that one. I love it.
What's wrong with Nick?
What the hell is wrong with it?
He's had too much cereal and he's
Hey,
overloaded.
Nick. You okay?
Are you OD'd on Frankenberry?
Are you sitting on something?
There we go.
What the hell?
He was sitting on his Funko Pop. That's what it was.
What the hell?
He came in and was like,
He
nope.
bolted.
I'm cursed.
There he
I'm
is.
cursed.
People having fun? I don't do that on a Toxic Thursday.
Nicholas.
Hi, sorry. So
What happened, bro?
what happened the first time I come in here, all of a sudden, Clobberin, your voice sound like
That's what it always sounds like to me.
And I'm like, okay, this is a thing. I'm gonna kick myself out and come back in. Hi, panel. How are you?
Hey, Nick.
I demand more women on Toxic Tuesdays.
What are we snacking on today, brother? The master of snacks is here.
Oh my god. What's
Pretzels.
Those are good.
I've never heard of it.
The best. The
Got it.
best.
Southwest season.
Southwest
Yum.
Twisting
Pretzels.
in your-
Okay.
This man is a connoisseur.
Seriously,
of
you
snacks.
need these. They're expensive, but they are worth it.
Nice.
I will eat a whole bag of these by the end of today. Maybe even the hour.
Nice. That's what we hate about you. You get to be skinny like that and eat a whole bag of damn pretzels.
Hey Nick, are those pretzels making you thirsty?
Yeah, I got water right over here. Hydration's key, man. Giant water bottle. I got 3 of them also on the side of me too, so I always stay hydrated.
Be prepared, son. That was a lot of fun talking Beverly Hills Cop the other night, bro. Enjoyed it, man. What a great movie.
Thank you. Hey, dude, glad you got to come on. That was a great panel, by the way. That was definitely one of the best Toxic Tuesdays yet. And it's going to be interesting in the future. Like, we had a lot of new faces coming to the channel, too. Not only did we have a lot of new faces, but a lot of them, if not almost all of them, stuck around, which was better. Because one thing when they come around, but a lot of them stuck around. So we all provided some entertainment. It was an absolute blast. It was a very toxic panel. I mean, we had Jesse Miller on the panel too. Like, and we had you. I know, right? And Mad Mardigan. Like, what a lethal combination of dudeliness.
Picture of toxicity.
What you should do is really throw them off one day and just choose the movie The Notebook and make them all cringe.
Yes. We could make that one toxic.
I'm sure Mads would just love it.
There's one problem.
Yeah.
I'd have to watch it, so you have to count me out on that one.
Or Clueless.
No.
Where were you, Arwen?
Or Twilight. I don't know where I was.
Yeah, Twilight would work too. That'd be creepy.
Arwen's gonna have to come back. She's gonna have to come back.
I sure
We
am.
should do Twilight, but we should do the Riff Tracks version.
Well,
That's the only way I can watch Twilight.
Oh, do the Hurt Locker. Please do the Hurt Locker.
I mean,
That's not toxic, is it?
It would be nice to have the purple R1 combination, but I know she's got her crazy UK time, so I don't know if that'd be plausible on American time. If it is,
explode.
It'd be 4 o'clock in the morning, Bert.
But Nick, you can make it. Nick, you can make it a special pre-recorded episode with just you and the ladies talking about Toxic Tuesday, pinky up, Magnum out.
Oh my god!
His eyes just glazed over.
There's already a toxic Wednesday between Arwen and Purple. That's about as toxic as you can get there.
Yeah, it was like watching pork rinds fight over a pinky toe. It was weird.
I don't know what that means, sir.
Oh, Lordy.
We're not toxic. We just like to make people laugh.
Well, that's toxic now. It's 2021, Perp.
True.
If anyone has found forks in their kitchen that are not theirs, yeah,
forks.
Send them my way, please.
I'm telling you, I'm on to something here. Rift Tracks, Twilight, because that's the only way anyone can sit through that movie.
Oh hell yeah!
You ever seen
I
that?
never saw them to this day ever.
Oh well, they're horrible. But I mean, if you watch Rift Tracks, it's now impossible. In fact, you don't even have to watch the whole movie. Go to YouTube and find Rift Tracks versus Twilight. They got the clips.
Yeah.
Oh god, they almost make that movie worthwhile.
Good. Yeah.
Those movies worthwhile because they do them all.
Same with Avatar.
Yes. Yeah. Oh god, yeah, Avatar. And you know what else is funny, Purple? Have you ever seen Rift Tracks versus Nick Nolte?
I have not.
There's a video. It's 15 minutes long, and all these different movies with them making fun of Nick Nolte. He's not even in any of them. Like, yeah, we good. They were obsessed with him. Oh dear, poor old Nick. Who was
No, I'm just those movies. It would drive me crazy to see them. It would. I kind of value my time on the world, so I want to,
yeah, you definitely don't want to.
As you put more pretzels in there and raise the sodium levels.
I want to stay toxic. I want to consume diehards and Rocky Balboas. There will definitely be a Toxic Tuesday for the Rocky IV director's cut. That I can't wait to do because that director's cut. Hopefully, we'll get additional montage.
Yeah,
more Drago.
Yeah, but isn't he screwing with it though?
I don't know.
You should get. There is other films would be good. Have you guys done Backdraft yet? Or Screamers?
Oh, no, we have not. Yeah, that's a good one. Backdraft is good, but is it toxic though? Yeah, it is.
It's about a pyro guy who just sets everything on fire.
Beverly Hills Cop. I exposed how toxic that is. If people don't even realize how toxic that movie is. Super.
Pee Wee Herman. You should do all the Pee Wee Herman movies.
What about Dirty Harry or?
Oh God! Yes.
We'll be doing that.
Gran Torino.
I have Dirty Harry in the plan. I do have Dirty Harry sooner than later in the plan.
Definitely.
What about
Wyatt
Earp, Tombstone?
Oh yeah, that's toxic out there.
Any spaghetti western at all.
Mm-hmm. Tombstone is in the works as well. Tombstone will be in the works. Yeah. I mean, people want to come out for a specific one. Oh, I want to do because I got Lethal Weapon 2 next week coming. I definitely want not just do Wonder. I definitely want to follow them up with more of them. So.
Oh,
nice.
3 is so 3 and 4
I might even expand Toxic Tuesday where because I know for the month of December we're gonna do the month of Die Hard. 5th one doesn't exist, but that said, we're gonna do 1 through 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4 for the first 4 weeks, and then the 5th week we'll have maybe a debate on the best one. So that's what we'll do. It'll be good.
Disaster area. What's up, buddy?
If you ever do Shawshank Redemption, let me know.
You think that's toxic though?
I think so.
Morgan Freeman's monologue makes it toxic.
Oh, and there you Ash, by the way, I have a question for you, sir.
Oh God.
Are you a Matt, by the way, Matt37, are you a Twilight fan, sir?
I love the Twilight films. Okay.
Well,
so before everyone goes off in a ruckus, okay, we need more power to the sparkly vampires. Thank you very much.
No, we don't. That's what.
Yes, we do.
No, the Dazzlers.
100% valid.
I just love that about you, Mr. J. You're so
Oh God, here we go.
No, I love Ash. I want to apologize for Ash for beating up on a movie he likes. I never do that, Ash.
Mr. Jason.
Really, Man of
Reitman.
Steel? Really?
Not pudding.
Yeah, I love Man of Steel as well.
Oh, this just in, folks. Breaking news. Man of Steel sucks. Repeat. Man of Steel sucks. More later. This is the Clobberin on news break. Man of Steel. Oh, there's another one. This is Walter Concrutch on the Clobberin Times News Network. Wesley sucks. Repeat. Wesley fucking sucks. Like, see, we have all the news. News improved here.
You could do. Could G.I. Jane be considered toxic?
No.
Nice avatar-ish.
What about in the
Thank
army?
The name's Ashley Crusher.
Wesley Crusher. Yeah, I remember that meme. Yeah, right. Who did that?
Oh,
You did.
I know. Thank you. Ego arising.
Oh, I don't think G.I. Jane could be called toxic because it's a lady. So, yeah, I don't think so.
Hey, let's look at toxic females. Number one, Dr. Who.
Ash, hey, look, you can like anything you want to like, but I think you should watch the Twilight as done by Riff Track sometime. You'd really love it.
Okay. I'll look into it.
It might make you not see the films in a different light. I don't know. I mean, I'm just kidding. You know, don't do it. If you like the movies, you probably shouldn't do it. And here's the thing about they, when they started doing riff tracks after they left MS-33K, because I know you've talked about MS-33K recently, Purple and Arwen.
Yeah.
When they left to go do riff tracks, they started. It's kind of funny. Hello there, Jace. Good to see you. They started doing not just bad films. They started just making a riff for every, like a lot of mainstream, well-known films. Some that weren't necessarily that a lot of people like. And I would look at that and go, I don't think I can watch a movie I like with them doing that. Not because I'm sensitive about it. I can make jokes about movies I like. It's more fun when I hate the movie or when I think the movie sucks. You see what I mean?
They did that with Jurassic Park, and I was like,
yeah.
I
got a
Jurassic
serious
Park.
question, though. Would the Boondock Saints series be considered toxic?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, Clobberin. Like, I like making fun of movies. Like I enjoyed Dark Knight, but I like making fun of it even more.
I do too.
I love
it's more
making
fun
fun
when
of
I think the movie sucks. As far as listening to them,
it is. It is definitely undebatably more fun. But sometimes, even the movie, when you make fun of something you like, it's good. It lets you know you're seeing it through the closest thing to objective lenses.
No, I look totally with you. I have no problem with them doing it. But I think when I'm sitting there and if I see like a riff tracks of The Empire Strikes Back, which is my all-time favorite movie, I can joke about it too. But when I see it next to something like Twilight or something, I think of this drivel. No offense, Ash. It's more fun to watch.
I'm deeply offended.
Well, it's more fun to watch them savage a movie. If they savage a movie that you think sucks, it's just somehow it's more fun for me. I don't know if you guys would.
It is. That's why the formula works, because we do it ourselves. Yeah. If you sit down with a group of friends and you've got a really crappy movie, you make fun of it.
Oh, hell
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, like you can even put the Ernest movies in there just because Ernest is just his own type of toxicity. He's beating up trolls, he's beating up the prison, he's beating up Santa Claus and reindeer. He's all over the place.
Know what I mean, Vern?
You know what I mean, Vern?
You know what's funny about that guy? Jim Varney was a brilliant actor. That guy was very talented.
He was.
Mm-hmm.
He was. And like, if you ever get a chance to even like escape from prison and all the stuff he did, and just do like a marathon, you'll get it. And I think like Christmas was a good one. And Prison was the best one. He's dressed up as the old woman. You don't know where he got all the MacGyver materials, and he's about to escape, and the chain around his legs fall out. They were supposed to be his breasts, and he's like, I don't know what happened. They're not real.
I just remember those commercials. Vern.
He had his own show too. He was like, "Hey, Vern, it's Ernest." Yeah,
that's right. He did. Wasn't that a Saturday morning show?
I don't know. It was Ernest Goes to Camp.
I think it was.
There was a lot.
In movies, yeah. That guy was pretty funny. He even played Jed Clampett in that stupid Beverly Hillbillies remake. Yeah,
he did.
Yes,
I've been rewatching Beverly Hillbillies recently. I love it.
That show was fantastic. That show was really
the
funny.
She-Man Pong.
The She-Man Pong. That was a double knot spy. Max Baer. You know what's funny? They did a TV revival of that with the cast like many years later. Except Max Baer wasn't in it, and the lady played Granny had passed away. The two funniest characters weren't in it. Jethro and Granny. It's like, because they were the comedy. Well, Mr. Drysdale was already passed away too, I think. So yeah, he was also those three characters were the funny ones.
Oh my God, Edward.
Oh man, I need to like change up the soy. All right, let me see if I can do anything about that.
The what now, sir? The what? What are you talking about? The soy? Oh my god!
That's it.
All right. All right. Then I'm gonna have to balance it out with some booty. How about that? There you go.
Now, who is that?
That's Sub-Zero from the Running Man. Remember that guy when Arnold kills him? And he's like, "Hey, Killian, here is Sub-Zero now."
Oh.
Blade Zero, which technically is an upgrade if you think about it, because you went from negative to positive, but he had to make it sound insulting, like he really stuck it to him. But there's no way that line was scripted. That came up on the fly. You know, we're just gonna let him go with that. You don't just write that in script form. Like, yeah, that sounds good. That's what he should say. You don't script that.
He was. It was so small. I thought it was Odd Job for a minute.
God damn it, Purple! Not that one. No.
Oh
no.
my!
No,
that's not fair. I love that one, Purple.
I've had this avatar since the last DC event.
It's funny. That was a lot of fun when we did that this year. We just let it go by, didn't we? No one paid attention.
It's because it was terrible.
This one was worse. I don't know how they made this one worse.
Oh,
did you guys see any of it? Did you guys see any of it? Like, they made all the people standing on that stage look like Oompa Loompas talking about Batman and Gotham. They look like Lego pieces. It was weird.
First issue, Fat. One, they didn't promote it well. They did not promote well, because I know people who are, I guess you could say, just more straight normies. They at least were very well aware of fandom, and came to me because I know a fair amount of DC. They're like, "Hey, what do you think about this, and that?" This time they had to be let known a lot at this year. Like, it was happening. Like, I thought it was canceled, or it wasn't happening this year. It was very well promoted. It kind of works out that it was promoted because it, like 95% of it, looked or sounded bland to me. There's one thing that I theoretically look forward to, but the problem is the current climate that prevents me from, being less optimistic. And that would be the Super Sons animated movie. Other than that,
I agree with you on that one. But the secondary one, because I do, as my hashtag says, is getting the Batman Who Laughs within that game, and that skin looks sick. They're doing a 48-page issue. And I could say one thing about Epic Games, Fortnite, and DC and their comic: it's very well done.
The Batman Who Laughs. You mean the Batman wearing the Judge Death outfit?
Yeah, pretty much the Hellraiser Batman.
It looks like Judge Death.
No, here's the thing though. Like, in that I had to emphasize why I say theoretically. In a normal world would like the idea of the Super Sons anime movie. But the problem is we're now in the age of not only 2021, and we saw not only John aged up, but obviously even more obvious things happened to him in recent weeks. I don't see them having it be Super Sons as started by Tomasi without any of the 2021-ness involved. It feels that the 2016, 2017-ness of it, I would be optimistic, but it's not going to be something that's going to be good. Like, it's the one story that made me even appreciate Damian, and I personally cannot stand Damian Wayne to save my own life. And somehow Tomasi was able to succeed with that. How that happened, I don't know. I still am shocked by that.
He's a pretty good writer. He's pretty good. He's been a pretty good writer.
Yeah.
I'm pretty fucking sorry. It's me first. Sorry, I'm pretty bothered with the whole Superman thing going down. I know it's the passing of the torch with the son of Superman, and now he's taking the Superman mantle. But we're seeing such blatant, they're changing the motto Superman, which bothers a lot of people. Bothers all of us. We know that thing off by heart. It's in our hearts. It's what Superman says. Even though he says truth and justice in the American way, he still protects the world. That's the whole pretense of it. And then we see that comic book cover done by Giant Chin Taylor, that dude. And he's protesting. And I'm sitting there protesting. I'm like, dude, let's look at the Richard Pryor film with Superman. The guy literally froze a lake with his breath to calm down a nuclear meltdown. You can't tell me he can't fly up to Antarctica and the South Poles and just go, you're done. There's your first helping with climate change. Drop dead.
Now, Go ahead, Ash, before I go on.
Sorry, I was just going to say, but what if the whole point he doesn't go straight to the ice caps is because, yes, he could go freeze part of the ice caps, but the people will always be reliant on the Superman mantle. There'll be one day there is no Superman, there is no superhero. So who's going to fight climate change then?
But we're not. But that's the problem, Ash. Like I agree with what you're saying, but let's look at the Fortress of Solitude. The Fortress of Solitude is not only a fortress for Superman to maintain his solidarity and to relax. It has enough technology and the mass gain knowledge of what Kryptonians have gained that they could solve everything when it comes to the pollution or have some type of device set up. He doesn't have to give them technology that will affect humans, but enough to keep it monitored. And we also have the Watchtower in space and every other hero. We're in a DC universe where there is enough heroes to pick up the slack. I don't think that Superman should be put in a category. If they're going to do something like this, it should be either all heroes, and it shouldn't be a protest. It should be ways of using the technology that can better mankind without affecting mankind, and take the Star Trek route.
I'd agree with that. It's not the heroes that we have; it's that we lack decent writers.
It's the method. It's the method, not the face. The face can't change shit, and that can fall whether you're disabled or a minority. Yeah, they should. Yeah. Nobody wants to be a billboard, and Superman is not a billboard. He is a savior. All right.
I see Matt 317's comment about I'm convinced DC utterly loathes Superman. Here's the thing: this is not just a recent thing. This Superman, aka quote unquote problem. This dates back a decade, maybe 2 or 3 decades, if you will. And you can thank or blame even some of the successful Batman movies because Warner Brothers and DC saw as everything is success with Batman. Why not darken up Superman? They've been talking about this for years. And obviously Hollywood happened and Zack Snyder and the Snyder cult just see every character as one voice of somber and dull and lifeless. And they wanted to translate the Batman-ness onto Superman, but with powers. So this is not just something because of 2016 or more recent years with wokeness. This dates back several decades. They've wanted to reinvent Superman just like they want to reinvent everything else in the world in their own image. This is just another step in the big picture.
The thing that also is with that, Nick, is the fact that I know his son is probably half human and half Kryptonian. We get that. But just because he's that, it doesn't mean he has to give up more of his Kryptonian side to act more human. And try to inspire kids to do a walkout about climate change or whatever. That's not inspiring on a comic book cover. That's telling kids to go against the rules of how you're supposed to learn to figure out where you want to go in life. But what you want to do to help change the world, even if it's one person at a time. And I think the whole process is negligent on creativity.
Well, yeah, it is that, but that's once again. I mean, I was gonna say it, but Brightest Day beat me to it. They gotta remove references. I hate saying that it's political, but it 100% is. This is any reference that shows patriotism or anything that shows America or Superman or truth and justice in a positive light. It needs to be removed, and they're going to do worse with John Kent. What we've seen is nothing.
Just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, this is nothing, and it takes a lot for me to give this type of stuff any coverage. So for me to do that, it has to hit awfully close to home, and this time it did. And it's hard to say how much does it need to be talked about, because it does need. People are not aware who are normies, and they need to understand the greater picture of this. But we also got to figure out how much is too much, because if we do it too much, we might be playing into their hands talking about too much. So we need to figure out that line. Where do we draw the line at?
Okay, I have missed something. Maybe something got me caught up. Is it true that Marvel just killed Doctor Strange in the comics?
I don't read those books, but from what I know, I heard something about that. But I'm not buying it. It's gonna be another thing until the next movie hits. That's the way I see it.
Yeah, that's what it usually is.
But they postponed it, right? And technically, Captain Marvel is now the Sorcerer Supreme because she's just whatever. Is this falling in the same line of that world?
From what I know, take what I say with a grain of salt. It just seems like that. I don't read, of course, Captain Marvel, but from what I know from friends, they said that was just like an issue or two type of deal. But Doctor Strange they've been doing this whole thing of constantly killing characters just for sport. It's just all for sport because they're creatively bankrupt.
Absolutely. It would get them a little attention, get them some ink, and that's about it. And then they'll bring them back, a few months later. Every time they kill one, all you wait, okay, they're going to do this in a year or so, they're going to bring him back. In this case, Doctor Strange movie did get pushed back a little bit. Right before it comes out, they'll come back. And it won't matter because it'll be garbage comics anyway.
The thing is, why are they only doing this to heroes and not villains? Why aren't they revamping villains to be
those
anti-hero?
The people they see them as the same. Those are the kind of people that are more relativists, and they don't think the villains are any worse than the heroes. They're quoting heroes. A lot of the people who run Marvel and DC right now, anyway.
Yep.
And that's why they love blurring the line so much.
But they love it. They have a very warped perception of the idea of heroism. They think there's no black and white to them. There's every now and then there's an exception of gray areas, but they don't see any clear picture of anything. I mean, just look at the personnel who are involved with it. They hate these characters. They hate these characters. They straight up despise them, and that's why they're attached to these books. And it's part of the failing upwards trajectory. I mean, I'll give you a good example. One writer, or quote unquote writer, I am informed of. Her name is Kelly Thompson. She's been on several Marvel books, and the more books that tank, the more that they put her on them. And not only does she get put on more books, but the books get gradually bigger names, more known names. And yeah, she is the definition of so. I know, and they don't care though. That's a lot of the thing. Once again, in a world that makes sense, this would have all changed. But the thing is, Marvel is backed by Disney. That's one thing, so they don't care about losing money. On top of it, these people see it as, well, we're one step closer to beating the patriarchy. So they'll bitch about losing money, but in the grand scheme of things, they're not going to care for that long.
Wait a minute.
Purple, go ahead. You had something to add, please.
Yeah, there is another way of looking at this. How many villains have we had recently that have been rewritten and given sympathetic backstories?
Yeah.
We can't have villains now.
Exactly.
Not just with Disney, but they're doing with horror characters as well. This new Chucky TV series that's out is making him a sympathetic character.
Which series?
I have a question. I have a question. Is the theme of this fight the patriarchy? Oh wait, come back! There's a spider.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's easier to tear down that which is good and pure first.
That's true.
Then you'll go for the villains. And the things that superheroes used to exemplify is they used to exemplify personal autonomy, personal progression, the bettering of yourself, to basically take your life and make something with it.
Yeah.
But that's not what we're about now. Now everything is globally tribal, and it's this condensation of basically this thought and this thought, and we're going to combine it together, and it's group thought, and they're trying to fit this, truth, justice, in the American way. You can't have that now, because that emphasizes it's up to you. It's up to you to get off your ass and do something for yourself. They don't want that.
No positive influence allowed.
Yeah,
right.
That's why they're attacking it.
Are you saying they're trying to more or less take down and tear down the ability to have role models, whether it be
Absolutely.
They're taking away the ability that this is the whole thing I learned with comics in anything, is that I will never be able to fly, but I can be the damnedest best person I can to be a superhero, and that doesn't even mean like something in life. You can be a parent, and that is a superhero to your kids, and they're trying to take that away.
They used to be inspiring. By the way, hello to some new arrivals. Janet from another planet. Good to see you. Mrs. Dadman, Rogue Disney. Thank you for all popping in. Proceed, Arwen. Go ahead. I'm going to cut you off.
No, that is just, and I'm not even a huge comic book reader. I've had some in the past that I've read, but just overall from, kind of absorbing. Oh, hang on. I got a cat trying to get my lap. Nope. Go on. Just from observing and absorbing all this, that to me is what they're doing. And if they can take away that message that you have the power, no matter what your circumstances, to be the best version of yourself. Because let's face it, that's what superheroes are. They're the best version of who we want to be.
Absolutely right.
And if they can remove that and take that away and make it about the masses and make it about the problems and make it all about the junk that settles to the bottom of the glass instead of the good stuff,
Yep.
that's where they're going to target.
They want you to be miserable. They want you to be miserable. They want you to be unhealthy. They want you to hate yourself. Yeah. And all these things represent being better about yourself in every way, shape, or form. They can't have that. So that's why they blur the hero line to make them lean towards villainy. And the villains are just, they're just, I don't know. Now you can't have a difference anymore. Now they're all villains. Villains are heroes. Villains are heroes are villains. It's so convoluted and confusing. They blur these lines so much, and it's just another step. Like every little thing they do is another step towards what they want.
It
Yeah.
is, and this
It
is also
doesn't
why
stop and it doesn't end.
this is also why we've got so many young people now confused, trying to find this unique identity because they don't have any role models to aspire to.
That's
That's
exactly
very
right.
true.
That's
Absolutely
right, and
perfect.
it's getting to the point now where we're
Sad.
getting the youth that are considering the more effed up you are, the more cool you are,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't know whether you're talking to real
Unfortunately.
people or talking to the people that are telling you to burn things, like Carrie.
How outrageous can you be?
Yeah, that's right.
But that's not how it goes.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
offense, the humanity and the lack of insanity is not a Pokemon card. The individualism is the card that you can't trade with anyone else. What happens is if we're going from a Pokemon terminology, is that eventually you find a Pokeball and a Pokemon that match perfectly, and you want to spend the rest of your life together. And from that, you can bloom another life that will want to be just as good as the two people they look up to, or the three people, depending on how the life falls apart or doesn't fall apart. And comic books, media, film, even drawing stickmen and horses of kids, like they show sometimes drawing like the house and the perfect family. All of that stuff is one thing. It's creativity, the imagination, and the innocence. And that's what they're trying to attack, the innocence of being human.
Yep.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
And break down society.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's a natural outcome. And it sucks, but that's the truth. I mean, like Steven mentioned Pokemon. Kids today collect
Funko.
It's like sorry, Bobby. No, they collect mental disorders like freaking Pokemon. The more outrageous you are and the more issues you have with you, the more special you are.
Mm-hmm.
The more important
As
you
a
are.
youth, that's not entirely correct, but okay.
Yeah, it's all part of the long
I'm not
game.
talking about you. You're one of the rare ones. I have kids. I see this shit on a daily basis.
Yeah, I've read up on it. It is true. There are actual kids that hang out. It's like remember the smoking tent or the smoking crew you'd see outside on recess or whatever, or like on your lunch break. Remember the smoking people? They'd all be in that one side, that one corner of the field.
Yep.
Now they're talking about literally what mental disorders they have, what they went to talk to a therapist about, what medications they're on, and they're literally it's like a checklist of going, well, I want to burn down this place. The Lucky Charms guy told me just the purple elephant who keeps telling me I'm not Dave, I'm Frank, and they just go. It's literally that's the conversation they have. They sit there. It's like they're playing hacky sack with their mentality.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. No, they lack an identity, and that's another reason why I've been very, very vocal about how much I can't stand these remakes. Like I've already was like against them. This just adds to it because you're taking all these old characters, making them crap, and that younger generation. We heard from it from emotion of attachment. The younger generation hurts from it because they don't get that character that they can embrace to call their own. They don't have a new character. So it's one step less, for them to having that secured identity to something to be called of their generation. And that sucks because I can at least, say I had that. Like I'm only 34. But at least I could say I got that, whether it was in music, whether it was in movies, whether it was in comics, TV, etc. I can at least say I'm spoiled and had my share, whether it's stuff directly from my generation or older. But so on and so forth going forward, the list is getting short and short by the day, and that's happening by way of absolute intention.
See, when I was sorry, go ahead, Purple.
I was just going to say, it's also the case that they're pushing this idea that you can't identify with somebody unless it represents you exactly.
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
Let's put this with the change
point.
and stuff. When I was diagnosed with ADHD, before I was diagnosed, one of my teachers hated my guts because I was always hyper. I couldn't calm down. I couldn't focus. And then all of a sudden, when I was diagnosed and put on that stuff, like I hated it. Like I'll be straight and point. When I got diagnosed and finally put on medication, some kids, I don't know if they've ever been through this, were like, you're too young to take the meds yourself. You can't bring it to school. You have to be called down by the office. So every time, the same time I had to take medications, the office would call me down and they'll go do that. And like, it wasn't cool back then. I got kids that were telling their parents bullcrap that I had AIDS or cancer or some other transmittable disease. And these parents called the school and tried to get me kicked out. And all I was ADHD.
I believe
Like
it.
we've gone from a thing where we don't understand something to who cares about understanding and the seriousness of the severity of it, to like, I gotta have that. If I don't have that, my whole collection ain't paired up. I better get the holographic version too. I want the holographic version of that multiple personality and sclerosis card. You know, just get me that one where it looks like he's twitching and burning shit like Parkinson's on a Marty McFly card. I want it now. Just give it. You're sitting there just going, have a fucking sandwich.
It's celebrated and embraced the joy of it and the high of it without understanding the gravity of it.
Oh, we were saying this last night, weren't we? And people just need to take a step back and relax.
But that's it. But you guys are nailing it. You guys nailed it right there. That's what comedy does. And now they're going after comedy because it's the only one left that makes you step back and realize how much stupid we sound. And that's when you're supposed to laugh at it. And that's why they're so adamant getting Chappelle and other people out of there. You know why? Because it's pushing back the fact that they're crazy is being seen for crazy. And they're not doing it deliberately to be insulting. They're doing it to pull one point.
Right.
I don't have to respect you to even make a joke about you anymore. And that's what the closer meant. I'm closing this topic.
Yeah, close off conversation.
To listen. Yeah. And what happens the next days? They're going after him and trying to say, well, he didn't show up, so he doesn't want to listen to us. You haven't been listening to him for 5 to 20 years. You have no say. Take your little verified check mark, shove it way up your ass, and try to think about yourself first in a non-selfish fashion.
And see, but comedians have such power because if you can make somebody laugh and make somebody really kind of get outside of themselves for a moment and laugh and enjoy things, that breaks down barriers. That breaks down.
And they can't have that. They can't have that break because when you break down the barriers, it makes you think, and you bring people together who may think a little differently. You bring them together by way of laughter.
Yeah,
it's the ability to trigger endorphins. I think is it endorphins? When endorphins are triggered, you're not only calmer, you feel better. You're not constantly in that insecurity or whatever. Comedy is that medicine. It can't fix everything, but it can fix that moment. And they want to take away that moment, just like they want to take away creativity, innocence, and the ability to think for yourself.
Yeah.
No one has the right to do that except the person who's living that life and how they experience things.
Yes.
Well, I the people who inspire me though are obviously because a lot of us know this stuff are guys like Ash. I mean, Ash feels like we're piling up on him. We're not. You give me hope, Ash, guys, because we may not agree on everything. A lot of it may be generational, but see, you're here. And you talk to others, you talk to people outside of your comfort zone, and you listen, and you don't seem offended by everything out there. Your generation needs you because it's all on your generation, and you not to put that much pressure on you, but it's people like you that are going to be the difference, man. Us old farts can't do much. So
sorry,
the hero we need.
Thank you.
I mean, Ash, you're unique, and that's a good thing. That is a great thing. That
you are a unicorn
wrapped up in all this. So you can honestly sit here and say, wait a minute, that's not me. Of course, it's not you, and that's great.
Let's even go back to this. Remember, and I'll even bring this in Clobberin too, because we met through DC fandom. How much jokes were we doing in the chat and on the panel? And we did this for 9 hours, then another 6 hours from the second part.
12 hours. Yeah.
And look at the amount of laughter we caused. And none of us got bored. You want to know for one reason? Because we were having a good time, and we were having laughs, and we were actually beginning to see how friendships are bloomed even through a screen generation. And I don't trade that up. And I think that's the thing that we have to protect.
And if we'd been taking that seriously, it probably wouldn't have lasted more than a couple of hours because we would have been
chewing. Yeah, Chris Pine was chewing more.
Y'all. Yeah. God, just laugh, people.
Get 24 got some sleep, by the way.
A moment of silence, though, for Chompers.
Hey, Stuart Mitchell.
Big teeth. And
that's right.
Basement.
Stu, and by the way, Stuart Mitchell's here, the man who started the braces war. She had braces, everyone. Dolly had braces.
She did.
She had braces.
I spoke to my parents about this, and even both of them said, yeah, she had braces.
Oh, wow. They probably saw it in the theater back at the same time or on cable or something back then, probably?
Probably. Around the time when it first came out, probably.
I saw this like 4 or 5 times at the theater in '79, and again, it's central to the whole little silly character arc for the character that she has braces. So.
That was the point.
But they won't even. Here's the thing: they won't even admit that they did it. They have these idiots perpetuating this thing about the Mandela effect. Enough people like I say, so many people, Ash, have coming out who remembered it. Maybe not even from the theater, maybe from cable in the 80s and 90s. That say yes. I've not met anyone who either saw it at the theater at the time or watched it not too long before it went to DVD and was taken out. That have not said, "Oh yeah, there were braces." They have to be.
It does make you wonder what else they've changed, and we haven't caught it yet. Though.
But
Yeah.
well, at this point, if you still have original physical media, they can't change it. But at the same time, as much as we fight this, we're eventually going to run out of those original copies. They're going to burn out. Doesn't matter how many burn we do, it eventually degrades. The thing is,
but this in this case, it was taken out of the DVD in 2006 or something. So even the physical on this one, you're going to have the VHS. That's bad, man.
You know what? To be honest, as much as the braces thing is a provable concept and what you're trying to have, I would just rather have a DVD of all the live shows all of us have done together and just play that on repeat, because that's been a lot more fun. Except when I'm drinking and I can't shut my mouth.
It's fun when 24 falls asleep and you make fun of him.
Oh, no, I'm not doing more memes like that. Oh my god!
I love 24 though. We love you, by the way. Out there,
We do.
But I hadn't talked to him in a while. I need to get that boy. I'm going to talk some comics with that man. He's a man. But yes, hey Pat S, what's up, brother?
Hey, Pat.
Pat.
Good to see you, brother. I mean, you're doing a bang up job on the Band of Brothers review shows that so many channels are participating in. I know Purple's doing that, and a whole bunch of other channels.
Watch that show.
Everyone says you should. I've never seen it either. It's the only reason why I didn't participate, but I plan to. It's and they say it's people who obviously Purple. I know you've seen it. A lot of you've seen it and love it. So
it's must-watch TV.
So good. It's so good.
And absolutely, Sherry. That is the whole damn point of the character. That's what he saw the braces and they fell in love, and they just won't admit that they took it out. For whatever reason, and that's
because
the thing.
That's admittance, though, Clobberin. That's admittance right there. That's
admits
the fact that they're changing history.
Yeah, but usually they do admit when they do something stupid these days. When they censor something, they don't hide it. Do they?
I think the last one was Netflix with the whole Back to the Future.
Ooh la la! Ooh la la!
I don't remember anything else other than that.
What they do is they have to make excuses for it. And there is no excuse for moving Dolly's braces. That's just stupid.
Well, the running theory that I'm going with is that if all the original tapes were on old equipment, old VHS and stuff like that, in the remastering to modern media, maybe they tried to remaster the braces and it just couldn't. They couldn't do it. It didn't look right, so they decided to remove them entirely and just fly under the radar.
That's
but Ash, why would they do? But Ash, then why didn't they just say that rather than constantly denying it and saying that other people that are claiming this are just morons?
Yeah, they're calling everybody like being delusional.
Yeah.
Now the thing is, it could be that Ash. Some have again, it's only going to be theory till they admit it. Some have theorized that they thought maybe some dumbass was looking at it when they were doing the remastering back in the early 2000s and said, well, you know something, it looks like she's a little too young for him with the braces. It makes her look younger. Again, I'm not saying that's true. Some people, but I mean like really young, like a young girl. I'm not saying that's true.
Just because you're short.
Like kind of dumb crap that they would do.
Yeah, but just because you have a petite figure and you're short and you like pigtails.
Hey, I agree with you.
I know. You know what that means? That means they're projecting their own insecurities that they think people are going to judge them for that. That was the whole thing. It was a giant monster with metal teeth who found a loving connection with a shorter, leaf-looking figure who was in pigtails and braces. The connection was that's just so stupid. It's all this projection crap at this point.
Yeah. And the fact, and think about that. Ash, one that you were saying, what gets me though, because I don't know about that kind of science, but if they can take it out, which they can, obviously, and did. You think CGI or keeping the braces in would be that much of a chore?
No.
If that's the case.
Well, no.
Yeah. Now this was early 2000s. Now, maybe now it would be easier. But it's not because Mark D. We were talking about this the other night. Mark D. went in and checked his. He got the DVD set that came out in 2006 with all the movies right before Casino Royale, right after it came out. So in other words, I'm saying a documentary years after that talked about how they remastered all the Bond films. So obviously it was done sometime in the early 2000s, and he's got that set and he checked it, just assuming that the braces would be there because we always remembered them being there. And he went back, oh my God, they're not there anymore.
I mean, if they really wanted to, they could use AI to fully up-res all the original tapes and then CG the braces in, but it'd probably be too expensive to even be worth.
Well, by
the
now,
hassle.
yeah, but they shouldn't have taken them out in the first place. I mean, it is if it wasn't removing stuff's dumb anyway, but if it's actually removing something that is something of a character arc, no matter how, and it's not small for that character, it's huge.
Yeah.
It's the moment
pertinent to the story.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's a plot point. So I don't know, but they didn't think of it that way. They probably
Or
didn't
just
care.
resell the original VHS tapes again. I mean, all technology's going back to retro. Record players are hot now.
I bet retro has VHS. Yeah.
Yeah, I've still got my VHS player.
Oh, do you have that? Do you have Moonraker on VHS?
I've got all the Bonds on there. DVD.
Dig it up. Dig it up and watch that scene for us.
Retro's the only man who emails by smoke signal at this point.
Oh shit!
I love it.
Let us know,
Pigeon. I'll send a pigeon out to you.
Oh, really? Speaking of pigeons, that blows my mind. We lost Norm Macdonald this year, and that messes me up because I loved the Netflix's Mike Tyson Mysteries, and he actually voiced the pigeon in that series. And if you ever get a chance to watch that,
I can hear it already.
it was great, and it's just.
Oh, yeah, that was a big. That's a killer loss right there. That man was.
What was
so
that
funny.
show? I've never heard of that.
Mike Tyson Mysteries. Picture Scooby Doo, but with Mike Tyson. And a gay
Okay.
It's Mike
I'm
Tyson.
sold.
Mike Tyson, a gay ghost, his adopted Asian daughter, and a talking pigeon.
You're
and
kidding,
the best
right?
part about every episode is that Mike Tyson's sitting there in the back and tries to get like that moment of stuff, and it's great. No, I'm not kidding.
Oh my goodness!
It was literally one of those things where like Venture Brothers is done, Adult Swim has gone to the way of a fart stick, and then you see Mike Tyson Mysteries pop up on Netflix, and you're sitting there just going, "Thank you, God."
I'm gonna have to look this up. I've never heard of that.
I've never heard of it.
That's what I'm thinking my Tuesday thing will be. I want to do a show about the Mike Tyson Mysteries, go through each one because they're like 15 minutes long, but they're fantastic.
Wow.
It's like when we first see Drawn Together. And
McDonald's on that though? Norm Macdonald
Who?
made it? You said Norm Macdonald, so I thought
Norm Macdonald voiced the pigeon. Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha. He's great as Yaphet. I'm gonna miss Yaphet on the Orville.
Yeah, Orville's great. Shout out to PJ for that, man. Orville, man.
PJ, Orville Nation. Yeah, I love Orville. I'm so aggravated it's taking this long, and we still got to wait till March.
Bro, that's the thing, though. That's scary. The waiting till March, or we actually get more after this, and that's the weird
Pat
thing.
S says that Mike Tyson Mysteries is free on Adult Swim app. Okay, there you go. Excellent. I as Johnny Carson would say, oh my goodness, that is wild weird stuff.
Hold on, Clobby. I'll even prove it right now, sir. Let me just.
No, I believe you.
No. Here we go. Most people haven't heard. There you go. Bam! Look at
that. We can't show stuff from.
It's a picture. He voices the pigeon, and there's Mike Tyson and his Asian daughter, and it's literally Scooby Doo. Okay,
it's not for those darn kids. I've got away from him. Not for those darn kids. He was saying, I got away from it. Wait a minute, it's not for those darn kids.
You know what ruined that? What ruined
that was good.
What ruined that for me? It was the Robot Chicken skit where it closed after credits, and I was like, do me. Oh, yes, it's Daphne and the Killer going at it. I'm like, oh my god. I can't watch it again. Oh my god. Mildly turned on, but still creeped out.
Yikes.
There you go. Pat Steven has gone the limits of sin.
Wow, that's good. By the way, you talk about heroism, and we mentioned this the other day. The other day would have been the 107th birthday of the great Jerry Siegel, co-creator of Superman with Joe Shuster, and he was would have been 107, and he would not have approved of anything going on with Superman over the past 20 years, probably, especially now. And he created this character because he believed in heroism, and he gave the world an icon that will, no matter how much he is abused, the true Superman, the true, Superman that we all love, the one, wherever you started with the character, will live on forever. And these horrible warped versions of them, I mean, they won't. You'll just look at that in revulsion, but the real deal, Soups, will last forever. And he was just It was a very good writer, of course. For those who don't know, as a kid in a fanzine that he'd made in high school, he created a comic. He created a story called The Reign of the Superman that was Superman character that was actually the villain with psychic powers, pretty much. And then later he changed it. And later he created, he's the first superhero in the sense that he's the first costume character with superpowers, that combo. So he's the first superhero. And even though there were some costume adventurers before that, he is the first one. He's the prototype. Look, the Thing is my sentimental favorite, but I love Superman. Superman and Batman are the two prototype superheroes. One, the costume superhero without powers, the one with extraordinary superpowers. He's the granddaddy of them all, Superman. So thank you, Jerry Siegel. And when we talk about this character and all the horrible things that are happening to him, it's an honor of you, sir. Thank you for what you gave us.
Yeah, man. Superman wins hands down to me. I remember dreams as a kid flying on the schoolyard just to get away from bullies. I remember that. And Superman was that. He was just. It was everything that every kid wants: shoot lasers, fly, be indestructible. And the bullets could represent one thing: indestructible people, name calling, bullying. It had so many observational attachments that no matter who looked at Superman, it didn't matter your skin color, your religion, or faith. It was someone that can make you feel like you can be stronger than what you're dealing with daily. As Nick eats another piece of food and doesn't realize that he never stops eating.
Hey, Zach's Hulk villains here, Zach's. And yes, Ironcaster, I love Doc Savage. He predates Superman, but he wasn't in comics at the time, and he doesn't have a really costume or anything. Although his name is Clark Savage Jr., and he did have a Fortress of Solitude by that name before Superman did. That's okay. And I love Doc Savage.
You forgot another person we got to give a shout out today. She has passed in 2016, but it is her birthday today.
Oh yes, go for it. The wonderful
Carrie Fisher's birthday today. Our Princess Leia Organa Solo. Our just badass princess's birthday is today. And happy birthday, Princess Leia, Carrie Fisher.
Yeah,
happy birthday.
Happy birthday to that freaking slave bikini too. Yeah, hell yeah. Look how that shit goes. But
deeply missed.
I think.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Stephen, don't you mean unpaid intern working girl outfit?
I wouldn't say that. Oh, you mean Firefly? You mean the Firefly suit? Okay, there we go. We've lost so much over the last 2 years. It is heartbreaking.
Yep,
it is. That's why I need this pizza puff right now. This helps with that.
What is a wait? What's a pizza puff?
This puff. What the bloody hell's a pizza puff, mate?
It just sounds so
it's really good. And
I'm not triggered by someone eating. What the hell, Brightus? I'm hungry.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, she was wonderful.
Oh, yes, she was.
But even though we all know there were no strong women in movies till 2015.
Yeah, right? It's just as bad as that whole Shang-Chi with no Asian heroes come around till now. It's just the reason Shang-Chi exists because of Bruce Lee.
Have any of you seen the photo shoot shots of her in the bikini, like in the ocean with the water splashing?
Yes. Oh,
yeah.
She does not look unhappy at all.
No.
Yeah. No, she does not. She's absolutely.
And then you look at the actors on Twitter, and you're like, "What the hell happened to you?"
Crazy Jr. and Zach, hey.
It used to be a thing where beautiful women celebrated and appreciated being beautiful women.
Now
that's
Are you sure?
considered bad. You can't do that. You can't be feminine. You can't say, we've got it and we know it and we're okay with that.
And that's why when they should still do it. And that's why they should still do it. If they feel that confidence, it doesn't matter if they get people getting mad at them. Fuck it. Do it more. Because the more you don't show that you're not going to back down, or not literally talking about you, but hypothetically, if you want to pertain to you, then we'll make it about you. But you can't let these people gain the control of that argument. When you listen to them saying, "Oh, you can't show confidence." Oh yeah, come and stop me.
Yeah,
they won't. They won't.
I totally agree.
We could celebrate femininity, but only one thing: they got to have an Adam's apple first.
God.
All this,
Am I
all this,
wrong?
all this crap about
You're
What
not.
a size of me hands.
all this crap
My name
about
is Abby.
no female characters until recently. There's been going on that we've been hearing for the past couple of years. Now what that does is now when I watch something older, and I wish it wouldn't default to this, when I watch something older, TV show or film or whatever, with a character that is I hate the term strong female character, because people are both strong and weak alternatively. So a character, just a good character who does happen to have great strengths and maybe a female. When I watch that, I go, automatically, oh wow, what about this character? Oh, you idiots who think this. Of course they don't know. But it makes me default to that when I didn't do it before. But now you can't help it. When you watch, I don't know, when you watch Deep Space Nine and you see Kira.
Oh God, Kira!
Or if you watch Babylon 5 and you watch Ivanova or Delenn or any of these characters.
Kira and Ivanova are tied, but Kira
I
wins
love
for
them.
the short hair and the red. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say
Actually,
it
I
right
like
now.
long hair better. Sorry.
Bite me.
Short hair. I mean, I put up with it with Kira, but I prefer, Ivanova's way hotter.
But it's not even about the hair. It's how they present themselves, how their scripts are written, how they come across as a character. That they just write good characters. That's the whole problem. Why we all
That's
do
what I'm
this on
saying. They're
YouTube.
just character. Exactly. They're just characters.
Yeah.
They happen to be female. Just as a man is a character that happens to be male. And just when you think of this stuff, it just drives me insane that now my default, when I'm watching something, I'll watch it. I'll think of, when I'm thinking, what a great character this is. It happens to be female, whatever it is, film, TV. I'll go, that's odd. This was made before 2015. How could that happen? And it's a shame that it even pops into my head.
All right. Then we gotta give a shout out to Barbarella, for God's sakes, too.
Starbucks, Boomer, models. What else? Yeah, that's the new Galactica there.
Yes,
Patricia
Hungry
Tallman.
Boy. Yes,
I
that
love
interview.
Patricia
Yeah,
Tallman.
I'm going to invite her back on for another show. But we interviewed
Love
her.
her.
It was great. She was fantastic, and I love it. I think there's actors and actresses out there that still see the reality, and it has made them a better person.
She's amazing. Yeah, that was a great
She
interview.
is a role
you did there, man.
model.
That was
Yeah.
a great interview. That was amazing. She was wonderful on that show. Man, the way what was her name on it? She was Italian Winners was the first one. The second one was
Lita.
Lita Alexander. Man, the way she got treated on that show in that last season, holy crap. But I loved her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you guys haven't watched Babylon 5, watch it. Watch
Or
it
else.
before the new series
Or
comes
else.
out. No, there's no else.
Don't watch the new remake Dribble.
I don't think it's going to be Dribble.
It will be.
No.
on CW.
Oh
See,
God, you
okay,
said
okay.
CW.
Yeah, but
JMS cannot be trusted. I'm telling you.
Okay, I know he might not be trusted, but CW is funding. He has still full creative control. And I know everyone's hit or miss depending on the comic or whatever the hell he's been doing recently. But I can't
Not
go
that.
in all the time.
Nobody-
hating stuff.
I'm sorry, dude. No one else could be John Sheridan, Bruce Boxlight, and no one
But
else could be
I know
Ivanova,
that. But
Claudia Christian, and so on.
But Clobberin, that's it. That cast was friends. They were family on that set for that show. It doesn't mean he can't pick the same type of people to do the same type of
Yes, it
dynamic.
does.
I know.
I can
what
promise
you're
you
saying.
this: I won't come to your house and prevent you from watching it.
I can promise you this, that it will never be the original B5.
Exactly.
But it could be the same type of B5 for new generation that
He's gonna-
Discovery is
Is-
facing.
well, how about
He's going to woke cast the whole thing. First of all,
why not just have JMS stay on board? Here's how you actually solve the problem in a logical world. Have JMS stay on board. Give the current generation something original by JMS to call something their own for their own generation. So they're not having to live off of what they have come
What was.
before from past generations. Yes,
Yeah,
that's
I
the
agree.
thing. Like
Yeah,
all
I
these
agree with that too.
later generations are just they're getting sloppy seconds. So mostly worse. Every now and then you'll get a better one, but let's give them something to call their own instead of
But that's-
constant copy and paste.
But that's the problem, Nick. We're at the point of when it comes to Hollywood as a generalization, they care more about the dollar. So they'll
I
never
know.
take a chance anymore. So that's why we're getting all
But-
the reboots and remakes. We're literally
That's
watching
true. And
reruns.
we're
We're watching
accepting it.
reruns of society. No, we're
We're
not
ex-
accepting it. Otherwise,
I'm
we'll be
not.
talking about it right now. No one's accepted The Last Jedi. No one accepted Rise of the Crap Walker. No one accepts this stuff. No one accepts the those who even watch it don't accept the last season of Game of Thrones. I've never watched it. I've never watched Rise of Crap Walker. The point is, as much as they try to reboot, rerun, and replay, they are not nailing it for one thing. Creativity is being diminished over agenda. And people, humanity, the Earth itself. It doesn't have rotational access based on a freaking checklist, and that's where they will fail on the long run.
And that's what's going to happen to B5 remake.
It might, but at the same time, I gotta watch the first episode.
When I see the casting, I'll know enough to be.
That's it. That's also, I'll give you that too. But like, I think a lot of us are at the point now. We're drowned in superhero films. We're drowned in supervillain films, and we're just drowned. But we're not. We haven't broken off. Yeah, we haven't broken off the expectation point, the hope point. We're tired of having our hopes crushed, because our hopes is what made us inspire and attach ourselves to heroes, villains, and everything of the such. The ability to believe, to inspire. I'm not trying to sound preachy, like, hey, you want to buy a vacuum? It's not about that.
S is a social pariah.
He's not a pariah. He is his own individual that can see both sides of the coin, and he's respected for that because he looks at things from an honest point of view, and he likes it without feeling like an enemy.
And if anybody's going to abuse S over his opinions, it's going to be me and nobody else. You got that, everyone? Leave him alone. Only I get to be mean to Ash over it.
My only hope, and look, I've made no bones that I am really, really nervous about this new B5. Okay. My hope is that JMS is aware of the climate today regarding any kind of reboots, remakes, new IPs, whatever. And that he understands that, and that he is going to heavily, heavily take that to heart. Because my biggest fear is that he's going to do this, and the old B5 is going to be, relegated to just that, the old one, the one that doesn't really count, the one that doesn't really matter, because this is the version and the vision that he really wanted to do. Yep. I'm terrified of that.
He can't change that in your mind and your heart. So he can just make us, and that's the thing why. But here's the thing: he will cringe. I mean, he will cringe woke it as far as the casting is concerned. So I'm out. But I hope those who give it a chance have a good time. That's all fine and good. Everything's already said and done on Babylon 5 by him. Even though we all know he had that shortened, truncated 4th season because he thought he was going to lose, and then the 5th season, you can say what you want about it. But if he had come along and said, look, we're going to tell some more stories in that universe, but keep that the same and bring along new people, I would have been more receptive to it. I'm not receptive to anyone else being John Sheridan, Michael Garibaldi. Now it'll be Michelle Garibaldi. Susan Ivanova, Delenn, Londo, Jakar. I'm not finding another actor playing these characters, but he's going to cast them other actors as those characters, which is all fine and good if you're down with that. I'm not.
But Clobber, the rumor is there might not even be Minbari. At the same time, I agree with that fully. Londo and Jakar are something like Abbott and Costello. You will never get that again. They were the Batman. They were the Robin.
He says it's a remake, therefore he's going to have them in there, isn't
it? Yeah, he might, but we don't know. That's the whole thing, though. Are you doing this because you just know without actually knowing, or are we doing this because we're tired of being hurt?
No, I'm doing this because he said, I'm taking him at his word, remake, reboot. So that implies to me, now maybe it means something different than what he's saying, but that means he's recasting these characters and retelling the story. So, and obviously he might add new things into the story. That's fine, but there will be other actors playing these characters. For me, that's deal breaker. If it's not for you, that's cool. For me, it is. No one can be these characters.
I respect that, dude. I respect that. I just think we can't keep constantly being.
I can see what Stephen's saying. Are we a little bit too knee-jerk? But can you really blame the fans?
No, not at all. No.
How many franchises have we had this happen to?
But that's exactly I agree totally. I agree totally. Let's put it this way. I'm coming from the Libra standpoint. I'm sitting on the middle of the fence. It's very uncomfortable, but I'm understanding both points of view. But I can no longer put energy into both sides because you know what? I'd rather have that energy talking to you guys like we are right now.
Look, like you said, Purple, the knee-jerk thing, in this case, because I have been knee-jerk in a lot of cases, but in this case, it's not really so much. It's simply I don't want to see anything remade that I loved, that was fully fleshed out before. In other words, even though I don't watch the new Galactica, I have many friends here who love it, and that's all fine and good. Hey, Darius Munchausen and Brett Cohen, good to see you. And so I actually learned to respect over the years. don't know. Maybe I'll watch it one day. I love the old Galactica, but the old Galactica was never fully realized either because it lasted the one season. And I don't like them I don't like them using the names of those characters and changing them the way they did for that show. But I'm not watching it anyway. But maybe I'll watch it one day. Maybe I won't. But that's something. That's different from Star Trek. When you, as in 2009, are Jar Jar Abrams and you recast these characters, I'm out. No one is Captain James T. Kirk with William Shatner. End of story. No one is Spock but Leonard Nimoy. End of story. No one is McCoy but D. Kelly. So that's just me. I'm only speaking for me.
But Clobby, that's just it.
There's I mean, there's not even an argument necessary to be made. I'm talking for one person, me.
There is no argument, though, Clobby. You're talking amongst friends, beer mates, bar mates. We don't care. We respect you for what you
He's passionate, so he sees it as an argument.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I'm not trying to influence anyone. I'm telling you why I'm out.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I get it.
I'm not going to show up at your door and try to help you find Jesus behind your couch.
I think you will.
I
don't believe you. I think
it
you will.
speaks to the times that we're in, y'all, when we are okay. I freaking eat, bleed, and drink Babylon 5. Okay. And I'm terrified. And I know this is coming from JMS, and I'm still terrified that it's going to be messed up when the creator is out there saying, hey, I'm doing it. But that speaks to the times that we're in, that people have been burned over and over and over and over until we're just damn gun shy.
Yeah. It's kind of like a bad boyfriend or girlfriend where they constantly abuse you, and you think, all right, this is the time we're going to change, and they don't change, and they keep the abuse going. And for me, I'm just like, I see like, once again, I mean, speaking on my own merits and behalf, but to me, accepting Babylon 5 remake is just giving them the leverage to accept them to do more remakes, whether it actually somehow is good. If we're going to have them recycle ideas, they're going to recycle it a third time. We need to reject this concept as much as possible.
Absolutely.
But Nick, that's the whole thing. No, I'm not accepting it, nor am I denying it. I am sitting on the fence. I am the scale. I am at even balance right now. Yeah. I would rather wait to see what happens, because you know what? If we're constantly going and automatically looking for the shit we've been manipulated to believe everything is in there, we might miss something beautiful. And I'm not saying
it might be.
Yeah. But I agree with Hungry at the same time. I'd be optimistic too. But CW has ruined the Flash. It effed up Arrow. It has effed up a lot of things. Yes. But at the same time, I'm so tired of putting energy to be protective rather than just be numb and wait for the tide to hit.
Well, here's the problem about all this remake stuff. Again, not just JMS. If anyone was doing a remake, even though he's done a wonderful thing like Babylon 5, he's written a lot of lousy comics and a few good ones. My point is, he is talented and capable. My problem is this: the remake mentality is something that I always reject, because it is the height, or maybe the depth, of anti-creative and anti-imaginative.
Yes.
You're just retreading stuff, and that's not just them. Anyone the fact that that's been a wave of the past 20 years all over Hollywood and all other artistic medium, where everything has to be a remake. Now, this is a rare exception because it's his property, so at least I'll give him that. In other words, people love the Ronald D. Moore Battlestar Galactica, and I respect that. That wasn't Glenn A. Larson, so that was someone else taking someone else's work, but Larson kind of signed off on it. If you do it to a creator that didn't sign off on it, that really aggravates me even more. This is a case where it's his own baby, so he can do it. I'm just not, as a fan of it, I'm not down with it. I think remakes are just not, there's no imagination or creativity that really goes into them, no matter how much you splice them up or change them. I can't respect it artistically.
I can't either. And I see it as like, if I'm the one writing or directing or whatever it is, I'm living in someone else's shadow. That's the whole concept of trying to live in someone else's shoes. I want to wear my own pair of shoes. I want to have something to call my own, and rather live under someone else's name. That's all I'm doing. It's one thing if you're like tackling a project for a short amount of time, just get your resume out there. But when you tackle these projects, aka the remakes and all that, you're living that shadow, and you're always going to be that no matter how good you are. I want to create my own thing that people could compare and contrast against, instead of living under someone else's name and reign. Like, once again, that's just more sloppy seconds. Even if it is good, even if somehow woke culture never happened, I would still reject the crap out of this remake mentality.
I was before woke crap.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
I've always,
Hello,
crazy,
Omar.
Crazy. I agree with you 100. Crazy Junior. I agree with you 110%. I'm not saying they're going to recreate lightning in the bottle, but we also can't consider that the people that have never experienced this, don't know about this, won't get their own lightning in the bottle. I'm not saying it's going to be good. I'm not saying it's going to be bad. But you know what? I am protecting my way, and I lied. But like we all just.
I can see it from both points of view. I can see it from nobody really likes remakes and reboots, but at the same time, for me, I was so excited about the Sandman being made into a TV show, and that's got the original writer Neil Gaiman attached, and I know it's going to go woke. So Clobby, I can see exactly where you're coming from.
Yeah, because JMS is just as big a wokester as Neil Gaiman is.
Yeah, but that's it. Until I see what's going on, I'm with you, Clobberin. I can't.
But he's always been that way, though. He's always been that way, and the things that he took in by rewatching Babylon 5 this year, I saw some things, and I'm like, damn, is the man prophetic? Because the way he took some of those events and to see them actually playing out today was just mind blowing. I mean, he was ahead of his time. And I won't lie, as much trepidation as I have, I will watch this new series when it comes out.
And Omar, the spinoff was more controlled and affected by TNT. That's why the show stopped the way it did. Yeah. They tried to put more sexiness and all this weird crap in it rather than letting him have control. That's why it never got finished, and that's why it bailed out.
Yeah, Omar, by the way, welcome. I've never seen Omar before. Omar. Welcome. But yeah, you're right. Stephen. Crusade got meddled with like a lot of the things.
I was excited for Crusade. I was like, oh my God, we're getting a Babylon 5 Star Trek.
Yeah.
And then it turned into this. Do you know how much the Shadow Wars and the history of the Great War and all that stuff kept me, Zathras, all that stuff kept me entertained. Like when you look at Lord of the Rings, the first thing I did in Lord of the Rings was go to the back of the book and learn about the runes, the songs, and how and oh my God.
History. Yeah.
Yes.
I like Gary Cole. Absolutely. And I like that other guy, the Woodward guy, whatever, but that was a miss. But it could have gotten better, like a lot of things. Look how clunky the first season of Babylon 5 was.
Yeah, look at even Stargate Universe. Stargate Universe had so much potential. The way they freaking ended it, and no goddamn TV channel, whatever, wanted to pick it up, bothered me. How did they end it? Oh, going to cryosleep just to go through this part of space. Wow, that's like Mary Jane Watson never being found by Madam Web and Peter Parker in the cartoon. You're left going, are they ever going to find their love again? Thanks for that, heart rip out. Same thing. I can't constantly do it. Hurts me because I'm like,
I've blocked that from my memory, Stephen. And
I can't, but I can't. It's like when Peter Parker watches Mary Jane evaporate in his arms, and our last verse is like, "I still love you, Tiger." That's still heartbreaking today.
Yeah,
I want that in my series still.
Yep. And I think who knows if Crusade had been allowed to breathe a little bit, it might have gotten better. I mean, it could have improved. It was clunky at first. You got to give things a chance. Like I say, JMS, he's probably going to be prone to a lot of that wokeness stuff.
Okay.
But we'll see. He has in the past. I'll tell you that much.
It doesn't necessarily mean, though, and I can't believe I'm saying this because I hate wokeness with a freaking passion.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't necessarily mean, I mean, if he is that good of a writer and that good of a creator, he doesn't need that to put in his stories to make his point. No. That's what made Star Trek so brilliant, is they trusted in the intelligence of their audience, and they showed you these stories, and they took these really controversial issues for the time, and they presented them to you for you to make up your own damn mind. And I hope that JMS has that same kind of creativity and intelligence in spirit to do that. He did it the first time, and I'm just really hoping that he can do it again.
Well, like I say, I have no problem with anyone giving him a chance on it. Just it will be an eyesore to me because I don't want anyone else playing those characters.
I know
those characters drive characters always drive the show for me. So
that cast was the perfect marriage between cast and story and costuming and everything. Soundtrack, God, the soundtrack was its own damn character.
The cast, again, I'm actually the most fascinating thing about this remake to me is how funny it's going to be when they cast him. I'm actually going to be laughing like that's supposed to be Sheridan, that's Michelle Garibaldi, right? And that's Let's see, Ivanova. Oh God, it scares the hell out of me what they're going to do to her. And Londo and I just can't see it. I mean, fine, but I don't know. It's just going to be laughable. It's on the Cringe Woke Network.
I see what you're saying, Pat, but Atlantis was one of the not Atlantis. Universe was a good like continuation of Atlantis to a degree, and the fact that we were able to go out and see the actual ring builder ships and the whole universe being created, the way they ended it, as much as it might be like Alien, it was a slap in the face to the amount of work put in. That's my opinion.
Yeah, well, there you go. So a lot of things don't end well. JMS, for example, it's his baby. Okay, I never understood the remake mentality. Remember when Peter Jackson, great filmmaker, right? Somehow, and again, this has always fascinated me and disgusted me. He loves, like I do, the original Willis O'Brien King Kong from 1933 or whatever it was. So, in the same breath that he says he loves it, he tells us he wants to remake it. Then he does it in 2005, and it's a 5-hour snooze fest to me. I'm like, wait. You claim to love the movie, but then you want to remake it. The two don't work for me. They don't mix.
The only way that
I was just going to say, I don't get the mentality that says on the one hand, I love this film and I want to do something like it. Yes, in other words, I'm inspired by it. When you say you want to redo it,
understand. Yeah.
When you want to redo it, that just seems disrespectful to me. And then
the only way that I've come to really reconcile some remakes, some are just crap. Let's face it, some are garbage, hot steaming garbage.
I'd say most, but go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with that. But I'm a fantasy artist, and I have had some pieces that I've done years ago that I absolutely loved. They were the pinnacle of my talent at the time. They were the pinnacle of my skill. I poured everything into them. And then fast forward 5 years down the road, or whatever, pick a time. And I would look at that piece and I'd say, I really loved that. And I want to explore that subject again because that subject meant so much to me. But I've grown so much and I've evolved so much as an artist. I'm going to redo it and I'm going to make it even better. Mm-hmm. And I've done that with several pieces. Now, some people might look at that and say, well, why are you redoing it? Because the first one was our favorite. The first one was the one we loved. And now you've you've redone it. But just as an artist, having to explore that and having to want to put so much more into something that I love, in that regard alone, I can kind of understand it. And believe me, I don't like remakes, so I can't believe I'm saying this, but I've really, especially with this B5 thing coming down, I've struggled with this. It's crazy. It's irrational, but I have struggled with this. But that is the only way that I have been able to come to terms and say, you know what? Maybe I can give him a chance.
I totally understand
it myself in my own work.
No, I get it. When it's your work, you can't stop tweaking it and messing with it. That I get. If it's something you created. So I understand him wanting to go, oh, man, I did this one. I should have done that. I would love a chance to another. Actually, as much as I have some problems with him, I understand him wanting to take another crack at it. It's not his fault necessarily.
That desire to do so.
That's 2021. Right. Just like Lucas, as much as I can't stand him, his terrible special editions and all the crap he's done to his Star Wars, I do. It's your baby, but you like to tweak it because everyone, you're your own worst critic.
Yeah.
So I get that. But 90% of most remakes are made by someone else screwing around with other people's work that they didn't create, that they had nothing to do with. That's why I say on this, I understand JMS wanting to do. I really do understand it because he had some things he would like to have done differently. Every artist says that and believes it, so that's fine. I'm not even knocking him for that. I'm knocking him for some things he's written, but I get that. But 90% of most of these remakes are by someone stepping all over someone else's work. And that's what I really hate about.
Crap. Yeah, I agree.
So even as much as I can't stand what Lucas did to his films, it's tough not to feel for him in the one respect. You wanted to do this and you couldn't do it back in 1976 when you were filming the thing to come out in 77, and now you get a chance to screw around with it. I wish you wouldn't, or at least let us watch the old one. But it's still his work. I get it. But that's a rare instance. You got Lucas, you got JMS. Not too many people have remade their own stuff. A few have here and there, but not too many. So,
that's true.
It's usually vandalism over someone else's work. And that's something that's aggravated me since, and it all started with comics. Yes, there have been movie remakes, but as far as older IPs being remade by someone else, that kind of started in comics where certain characters will be passed down to certain writer-artist teams, and they would come out and say, yeah, well, we don't give a crap, basically, without quoting verbatim, about what happened for the past 30 years. We're going to do it our own way, and the other old fans of the old stuff can suck it. We don't care. And that started with comic books a lot, and especially in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
And that's why I got kind of used to it and seeing it when it started happening to IPs in the 2010 teens a lot. So I've had to see that a lot in comics. But, what are you going to do? We'll see what he does with it. I mean,
that's all we can do.
I won't really care when that cast comes out and I see what they look like. I'm going to be laughing a lot. I can see it now. I'm sorry. I'm going to be laughing. That's
on CW budget?
Oh, and the CW rules, like someone put about the checklist up there.
Yeah. Oh, I'd see that. But CW budget, dude.
Crazy
Junior CW budget. Oh, man.
Right here. No, go ahead. Yes,
no,
CW budget, you're right.
Even if you make it like halfway decent or even just pretty good general, the outfits, oh man, they're either between them and Netflix, it's become a hold my beer of who can make the worst adaptation of the outfits. And I don't know who's winning or losing. It depends on the perspective.
CW wins with that crap if we're going with the CGI route at the same time. Let's get into the fact that Flash in an episode not too long ago had lightsabers built out of lightning. End of discussion.
Okay. Everyone. But yeah, it's talking basically the CW checklist said their checklist is good, and that's just not going to fly. But our wonderful friend Purple needs to run. I know it's probably getting late over there. Purple.
I need to set up for tomorrow. Sorry, guys.
I got you. You got to please tell us what you got going on your wonderful channel, and thank you so much for hanging out with us. Appreciate it.
It's an honor. Thank you, guys. You know what? I don't actually know what I'm going to do tomorrow, so that's what I'm actually looking for, trying to find inspiration to do the show. But I'm also on with Loki and the panel tomorrow for the Space Above and Beyond retrospective.
Okay.
Nice.
Cool. Well, everyone, please, of course, there's a link in my description below to Purple's wonderful channel. Thank you so much, Purple, for hanging out with us today. I really appreciate it, and I hope you will do it more with us because we love having you.
I'd love to. Thank you, guys. Always
open invite, and I hope to talk to you soon. Hey, if you're still up for doing one Monday, I know it's late, but I can make it a little bit. I'll schedule a little bit earlier if you want to do something about I don't know the Marvel monsters or whatever. If you think of something, it'll be Halloweenish type of thing.
I'm free Monday, so yeah.
Excellent.
I'd love to.
We love you. Thank you so much, Perp.
Thank you, guys. Love you too. See you later.
Bye,
guys.
Bye. Take care.
Indeed.
That's my girl.
Yes.
Hey, Captain Deckard Spog, buddy, you have a link if you wish to join us, my friend. You are welcome. Hey, Matthew Pounder, what's up, bud? Good to see you. So somebody's retro,
dude.
What you got going on? You have anything to show us? You don't have no pressure, but
well, I haven't got any Doctor Who stuff, but I did a little bit. You know me and my old retro films. Show
and tell time here. We love the retro show and tell.
Well,
I said retro show and tell, man.
I've got to save the best one till last. But I just went out and said, I love collecting the old films. So I went out today, and it's an old classic.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
I haven't seen that since the theater, like 1981 or 2, right?
Yeah, I've got that on my arcade cabinet as well, which you can play. So there you go. So that's a classic one. Yeah, another one. And here's another one. Here we go.
Oh, my God. Love it. One of the greats. I love this.
Wow.
I remember that one.
Matthew Broderick. Look at that head of hair on him.
Yeah, look at that.
Matthew Broderick.
Ooh, young man.
Wow.
Yes, young man. Yeah. And here's another one. Probably a lot of people might not have heard of this one, but it's one of my favorites. And, Peter Cushing was in it.
I've heard of Biggles is a very famous character over there. And is this based on the Biggles books?
Yeah, it was actually based on the Biggles character, but it was a time travel story.
Weird.
And it's a bit of fun. You don't take it too serious, but because I love the old, time travel and science fiction, I absolutely loved this, and it was like from I think the late 80s, but worth a look at. Bit of fun, you probably enjoy it. And then of course another one. I had to update this. I had to get hold of this. Finally got hold of me. Finally got it on Blu-ray.
Yes,
That's the one that I've got.
Wait a minute, two movies. There's only one.
Yeah.
Unless you got the
Yeah.
original.
Well, there's
I
two.
know,
There's
I
the
know.
director's
You got
cut
the
and the
original?
theater release.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
is that a
yeah.
director's cut?
great
Okay.
movie.
Yeah. So I've
Love
actually
it.
finally got hold of that. Now this one,
Love it.
I was absolutely made up to find
There's a
this.
remake I love. But go ahead.
Yeah. £3.50 I paid for this. Look at this. Look at
Oh
that.
my!
Oh my
Look at that. Isn't
God!
that? Oh, the
I love it. Love
I
it.
love those
blew
movies.
it up. You maniac.
Nice.
Look at that.
Fantastic.
That is absolutely
You
£3.
maniacs!
Yeah, you blew
You
it up.
blew it up.
Yeah.
Damn you! Damn you all to hell!
Hell. Absolutely. I've been looking for
I
ages
love
trying
that
to find
movie.
it. But yeah, there you go. I actually
You know
found
what
that
they
today.
say: human see, human do.
Oh, just great, wonderful, and it's the whole box set for them all. So
One of my
absolutely made
all-time
up.
favorite. I love the
Yeah.
original. Is in my
Yeah.
original Planet of the Apes is in my
Yeah.
top 5 or 6 all-time favorite movies.
Now, if we had Mark on, he could have showed us the Planet of the Apes Migos he's got. So we need to
he
get
has
him.
the Migos.
Yeah, so we need to get him on to show the Migos. But yeah, that's what I did. I did a little bit
Oh, my
of scouting
goodness.
around.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Should we be giving a big applause in the chat for Retro's return? Because I know he's been away.
Well, yeah.
Make him feel really uncomfortable while he tries not to spill his beer.
He's not drinking beer.
I just laughed at
But
that.
yeah, well, we're always happy to have Retro back, man. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, Glebby, he's not drinking beer.
I'm
Okay.
sorry. The only time I ever remember him is when he has a screenshot. He's always holding that Corona up and wearing.
He's drinking whiskey.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, Lordy. I love it.
Oh, shit.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, Doctor Who. Again in November we're going to do a lot of Doctor Who stuff. Absolutely Retro, because that's of course
You definitely up, yeah, definitely up
and
for that.
not to the fake garbage that they're doing now.
No,
We're gonna
they
celebrate
don't.
real deal Doctor Who.
Yeah, proper
So,
Doctor Who.
Proper
Yeah,
Doctor
real.
Who. Yes.
Yeah,
Proper
yeah,
Doctor.
from 1963 to 1989. Yeah, that's
Yes,
it.
classic Who. Yep, absolutely. Now again, I don't mind 2005 to 2013, but
Yeah. I mean, this is my issue as well. It's like the same sort of thoughts of everybody else. So sort of obviously, I'm overjoyed that Russell T Davies is coming back.
are you though?
But I'm cautious. I'm very, very cautious about it, because it's like the thought about it is like, he obviously wasn't as big as he was when he first brought him back in 2005. I mean, I think he writes good characters and good stories. So I'm pleased he's picking it up, but I am worried though about, is his attitude going to change towards his writing and his characters? Is he going to get influenced? That's what concerns me. That's what really worries me about it, because as much as he writes good stuff, I've seen he's been influenced by.
He's put a lot of woke stuff on the old show too, though. It just wasn't as much.
Yeah.
And at least he still did good stories. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'll be keeping my eyes open for that, obviously, because he's coming back in 2023 for the 60th anniversary. So I'm going to be looking forward to that. See what that's like.
I'm absolutely with Louise Sparrow. If he does, it's deal breaker for me. If he doesn't erase all of that filthy chibi,
God, that's got to go.
Timeless Children. William Hartnell's the first Doctor, and that's that.
Yep.
If he doesn't do that, it's deal. I don't care what he does. It'll just be garbage to me, and I won't care.
That has got to.
What if the first episode Whittaker gets hit by a bus? Does that make up for the whole last season?
Should be.
I'm in a big bright glow of light, and Capaldi appears.
No, I'd like to see that.
We'd like to see that. Yeah, can it just be a dream? Can it be a dream sequence, please?
Yeah, that'd be great if if the Doctor is still sitting in that prison, that one where he thought he broke through with punching every time, and he never left.
What if she regenerates into a dude and he's wearing those stupid clothes?
I would rather him be regenerated into an Oompa Loompa at this point.
Yeah. Well, Russell T Davies did make fun of that. I think he was kind of poking fun at it when he wrote some kind of silly thing about how the doctor can regenerate into animals and all this kind of shit.
I think that was a joke. I think that was a joke. A little stab there, definitely.
Yeah, he is buddies with Chibi though, so I don't know. But even though he's buddies, he might, who knows, behind closed doors, he might have said, "Dude, really?"
But again, like
you timeless children shit.
I mean, again, like you somebody is taking his work, everything he created, and just like flushed it away, basically. And that's what he's done. So I certainly wouldn't be happy as an artist. I'm sure like some other people could agree with me. Somebody took something you'd created and then just flushed it down the drain. You're not going to be happy, are you, whatsoever?
You'd think, but again, like I said, Davies didn't necessarily create the show. He did bring it back. JMS is doing his own thing with his own show. But yes, people who are actually alive to see the remakes of their stuff, which is probably not many, I would always be interested in what they would say. Like, that's not what I did. I didn't want that. I could see it happening quite a bit. If you got to see people taking over something that you created.
Yeah, but give me a shout for the panels. I'll definitely be up for that.
Oh, absolutely. We will do at the end of November when, that's, of course, the anniversary time. We'll do something around then, especially like a Doctor Who roundtable talking about but we won't, like, automatically, as you see, we default to what's going on right now and how much we hate what's happened. We'll just talk about, it'll be Doctor Who that we love. Yeah,
that's it. That's what you need to do. You need to talk about what you enjoy, not what you're displeased with. And if you do talk about something you're displeased with, just diss it and just take the piss out of it. That's all we got to do.
Yeah. But we'll talk about certain what we'll do is it'll make it easy. We'll make talk about our favorite episodes.
Oh yeah.
Something simple where we won't be spending a whole lot of time. Rightfully we're angry about what happened to it, but we won't be able to.
Yeah,
that is why I love Toxic Tuesday.
Yes, Toxic Tuesday. We're just talking about something that we love and it's toxic-y. So
cool stuff. I'd love to be on one of those channels though. It's just like it's the time difference because some of this I just love. I mean, I've got the entire Lethal Weapon box set as well. Because it's one of my favorite films. Would have loved to have been on for that. But I'm awesome.
Yep, I'm surprised, Nick, that there's going to be controversy about Lethal Weapon 2. I mean, I know I loved it. I don't know why people don't like that.
Oh, dude, I love it too. So I think that's going to be even more exciting to have a panel like that because it'll keep things spicy. It's going to add a lot of life, and it seems like the chat was mixed too on, but it seemed like everyone's at least interested. So that's good. So if it gives us a chance to all have our arguments, some braided table, why we love her, why we don't. So like, I feel like that was a good pick for IVC. I didn't know it was going to be that way too, but now I'm even more proud of that pick now that it got the controversy it did because I love it and I'm ready to fight tooth and nail for it.
Well, there you go. And there you go. I thought I have one friend of mine who can't stand it. For the most part, it was always like considered one of the best, the best one. Now it's tough. I don't know if it's better than the first one, but I think it's way better than the third one. But I'm one of those weirdos that even thought the fourth one was kind of fun. As goofy as it is and terrible. It might be terrible, but I still like it.
I like the fourth one. I don't love it, but it's fun. It's fine. It's watchable.
Yeah, they got old, of course.
Yeah.
Iron Castry. Oh, I'm sorry. Frankencaster. What's up, brother?
I am doing pretty good. Got out of work. Need to go order my tickets for Dune tomorrow, and thought I showed a bunch of stuff to show off.
Are you sure? I think you should. You should probably not go see that and go see. Let me pick your movie. Why don't you go see?
Why don't you wait a few weeks to go see
Eternals instead? Yeah,
it is HBO, but HBO Max at 6 p.m. Eastern. It is premiering on there as well.
What is?
Dune.
Oh, it's gonna be. You're kidding?
Yeah.
Simultaneous, the theater and
they're still doing that.
All right.
This might be one of the last big ones, but I know that HBO that apparently just wrote enough checks that it seemed to kind of please the people that were complaining.
Huh.
Oh, that dual release.
Well, there you go. I did not know they were doing that. Well, they should do it with Eternals because as sick as it is, I want to review. I want to review it. I know it's going to be horrible, and I don't usually review these Marvel movies anymore. But because they are disgracing Kirby, I think it's kind of my duty to tear it up. And Mark D's going to go either way. He wants to review it, so I may have to go see it that first day. Yuck.
What a conflicting position to be in. You know, you almost make me want to join you just to be in that conversation.
Don't worry, it's different.
Although, Nick, at least I did win the vote because the other night I gave it to the open chat we had. I think it was last or now of the week, whatever, maybe Monday. When I gave it to the vote, I said, "You guys vote if you want me to go see Eternals. If I have to go see it to review it, I will." And I won. They said no. Only 3 people voted for me to go see it, including Mark D with a C. That traitor Mark D with a C voted for me to go see it.
Of course he did. Of course he did.
Because he's going.
Yes, he needs. So in case he doesn't enjoy it, he needs to take someone with him to suffer.
I have to suffer. You all have to suffer with me.
I like to go see movies. Well, I haven't been in a long time, but back before all the insanity, sometimes I like to go see stuff at like 12 in the afternoon when nobody's at the theater. It's like $5-6 to get in here, and you can drag a big old ass thing of popcorn, and you don't have to worry about anyone else in there. It's kind of that's what I like to do by myself. I see movies by myself. That's how pathetic I am. Hey, Red Shirt.
It could be. We could make it a Friday night comic shop talk panel. We could make it one exception and talk about a movie.
Well, yeah, but that Thursday, Mark D's going to do his review show. He wants me to do with him, so I may have to go, and it's not playing till like 4 in the afternoon on a Thursday. But you know what? I owe it to Kirby to destroy this thing.
I owe it to Kirby.
I owe it to Kirby.
I want that. Where's Brian Stay to crop that?
Go
I owe it to the memory of Jack. This is for Jack. Now again, I say that, but if there's anything good to say about the movie, it will hurt, by the way, but I will do it. I promise you. And I've always, ever since I've been doing this, the 11 years before I moved to YouTube, I've always told people, even though I've spent a year saying this looks like shit, when I go see it or watch it, if I have to be fair and say I was wrong, I actually liked it, which has happened once in a while, I will do so. It's just, fortunately for me, it hasn't happened that much. I haven't had to eat a lot of crow, but it's happened. Darius Munchausen, what's up, brother? Where is that Captain Spock? Where is that old Bataka? Quote Galactica. I don't know. So yeah, I guess I'll do it. And Nicholas, we could talk about it the next day if you're going to subject. I don't want to make you have to subject yourself to that though.
Let me sit with this thought, and I'll entertain my head. I'll get back into you in a few days on message, and because it would make for a good conversation on the panel. It would. That's the one. It's a conflict because I still to this day have not seen Shang-Chi. And I don't think I'm going to go as long as I can without it. But there's something about Eternals where it feels like it warrants a conversation where Shang-Chi looked so skippable that it's just I feel like it didn't need that type of conversation. There's something about this that feels like it warrants it, whether it's for better or for worse.
Yeah, it's, again, because it's such an obscure choice to do a Marvel film. Hello there, not Brian Young. Good to see you. So, because it is such an obscure choice.
Yes.
Because it is such odd. Remember, they only did, for those who don't know, right around the time Eternals was announced, DC, like a couple of weeks before, announced that they were going to do Kirby's Fourth World, New Gods film, which they have since dropped. But
yes, I remember they not only did DC. Sorry to mention it, Clobberin, but I had to mention it. Not only did Marvel announce Eternals, they fast track that because whatever projects that they not only announced it, but they made sure that was going to be one of the first ones they put out because they knew they needed to have their Kirby flick out because they're probably still bitter at Warner Bros. Because Warner Bros. Beat them to the female flick first, so they're still bitter about that. Yeah,
but by the way, Sherry, you're not even close to the only one that did not like Shang-Chi. Many did not. I didn't think much of it either. But here's the great Canadian Spider-Man who does whatever a Canadian Spider-Man is here. Here's the way I look at it. Here's the way I envision the way it probably happened at the Marvel offices with that, or at Disney with that idiot Kevin Feige, who is way too overrated in my opinion. Feige. All right, DC announces we're going to do a movie about the New Gods, and what by that Jack Kirby guy or Carberry? What's his name? Kirby. And someone said, "Oh, it's Kirby." Oh,
Jack Kirkle.
Kirkley. And then they give it to some idiot biatch who doesn't know anything about comics like they usually do. That's DC, right? So I can see that now. The announcement comes out, and Kevin Feige sits there and he goes, "Hey, what do we got by that Kirby guy?" It's Kirby. Oh yeah, him. What do we got by him? That's just because Marvel and DC have a lot of the thing because for 60 years they've been copying each other, 70 years. So they came up, they looked around, they went and I don't know, boss. So they went to the comic shop. Someone said, does Kirby have anything for Marvel that's like that Fourth World New Gods thing that DC just, and some guy in the comic shop, yeah, Eternals was kind of his attempt to bring that to Marvel. Eternals, that's it. Well, it only lasted 18 issues in an annual, though, and it was in the 70s, and nobody really cares about it. Oh, no, that's fine. We'll take that. Thank you. And so they hire this Chloe Zhao person who doesn't know anything about comics, certainly knows nothing about Kirby, and a movie that should have been released 2 years ago now that they've been sitting on, should tell you something there, got made in the New Gods by the Fourth World got dropped by DC. And now, my friends, I want to introduce first time to the Global Geek Gang, the great Captain Deckard Cockney Spock.
Hey,
bro.
Hello.
hi.
Hello, good evening, and bollocks. Sorry I'm late.
Bollocks indeed. Thank you for saying bollocks. I was going to ask you to say that. I was actually going to ask you to say that even if you hadn't.
Were you bollocks?
Thanks for being here, Deckard. I mean, I don't know what to call you, like Cockney or Spock. Go ahead.
I would have been here sooner, but I had insomnia and I started broadcasting, and then Cardinal Sin and a few others came on, and before I knew it, 5 hours had gone by. I thought, fuck, Clobby! Bye, everyone! Unbelievable.
So you did almost 12.
You saved me from doing another 12-hour stream.
Well,
start talking about time travel.
It's great to see you. It's great.
Go.
Oh, God, time travel. Yeah, we have a
Hi, everyone. Sorry, don't mention the time travel. I think I did once, and I got away with it after 4 hours of careful diagram. But anyway, sorry, I've totally steamrolled over there. So, what are we talking about? Wolverine or what?
We were just talking about the Eternals and how I'm probably going to actually force myself to go review it. Why can't that be simultaneously on like that Dune is, like on the Disney, like they did with Black Widow?
Well, they think that
because Disney wants money.
They thought that would work with Black Widow. Black Widow's like a test model of sorts, and obviously it did not work out. I don't think it's not that it didn't work out. I truly believe that. I think they just don't want to concede to the idea that Black Widow is just not good in general.
Yeah, but it does hurt a film if you put it on a streaming service when it's
of course
the day it opens in a freaking theater too.
So, of course, and the movie, this Eternals movie. Oh God, Crazy Junior beat me to it. I was gonna say it just looks like Zack Snyder's Justice League, but with Marvel. It doesn't look like a Kirby. It doesn't look like a Jack Kirby like book where all this talk that they're likely to do about Kirby. It doesn't even look like it, and for all its faults, it has. At least visually speaking, I think you and I have said this before, Clobberin, that at least Thor Ragnarok got that one thing right. It was super colorful. It looked like a Kirby world of sorts in Thor Ragnarok. Once again, for all its faults, it got that color visual aspect right. And I never even heard of the Eternals until they announced in 2018. You knew about this original 18-issue run with an anecdote. Did you read it, and did you actually like it, or what was your thoughts back then?
I love the art on it because I'm a freak for Kirby art and stuff.
Yeah,
the comic, the characters itself, I thought was just an okay run. It was definitely him trying to recapture lightning in a bottle that he did with the Fourth World for DC when he went back to Marvel and created this. But it was nowhere near him. To me, I don't like it as much as I love his Fourth World. I don't think it's anywhere near to the top of his wonderful
not even
work.
close.
Yeah, it's nowhere near his greatest work by any stretch of the imagination. But I liked it. Of course, it's that wonderful Kirby art. But it was never anything that stuck with me. And after the 18 issues, it died down. Mid 80s, it got a 12-issue miniseries by Sal Buscema art. I didn't bother with that. And then the Neil Gaiman series of 2000, I didn't bother with that. So no, they really never have resonated with me as his greatest work or his greatest bunch of characters. They did not need a movie. This was just answering. This was Marvel doing as they always say, Marvel see, Marvel do, or and sometimes it's DC see, DC do, because they rip each other off in half for 80 years.
Oh yeah.
Whatever one's got something big, the other one's going to rip it off.
So at the premiere for the movie, Rob Liefeld was there with his copy of like issue 1 of the Eternals, and I'm willing to bet that he's probably the only person who was at the premiere who did actually read the Eternals.
He probably did. I rag on his terrible art a lot, but I'll give him credit for that. He probably did. Now let's say hello to our newest edition, the Nerd Father, Father Miller. Welcome, sir.
How are you?
Hey.
I was just mentioning the reason I'm late is because we just cleaned our church carpet, and it's now dry, so we had to move furniture back in.
A lot of work going on today. Well,
Those
it's good to see
wine
you, Father. Thank you for being here.
Oh,
Those wine stains are a pain in the ass, Father. They left crumbs of holy bread everywhere. Why can't they?
No.
I'm kidding. My apologies. But nice to see you, sir.
Now, we did a little show and tell earlier with, as we are often want to do on the Global Geek Gang with Retro. But now, Ironcaster, did you say that you have some things to show us?
So I have a few comics, and I have a couple of box sets. I have a couple of discs. So dealer's choice.
Box sets.
Well, hey,
all right.
It's up to you, man.
So,
oh my God,
in my last Monday stream, talking about some classic films, we were delving into some of the classic works of Vincent Price.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
And if you can find these are well worth the purchase from Shout Factory.
Nice.
This is they actually made 3 of these, but I can only find 2 of them because one is like $200 now.
Wow.
6 films in the collection.
Oh, okay.
We just recently covered The Pit and the Pendulum. And we have The Mask of Red Death, Abominable Dr. Phibes, The Witchfighter General, The Fall of the House of Usher.
What are the special features like?
Probably a lot I've mentioned on that thing.
Oh, let me.
Shout Factory usually puts a pretty good bit of fixtures. Whoa,
Of course we can.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Multiple commentaries. Some with some of the people from the Vincent Price's estate. So you get interviews about Vincent Price, about the creating of these films, like with Roger Corman. Some of the theatrical trailers, some of the radio trailers that would have played in preparation for these movies coming out. Shout Factory does a good job with their work. And because I said 1, I have 2.
Oh, please tell me the other one's the House of Frankenstein.
Oh, no. We got, in this one, Master of the World, where Vincent Price is like flying around the world in a blimp, fighting Charles Bronson.
God. Dude, that's one of my all-time favorite movies, science fiction films, Jules Verne adaptation, Robert the Conqueror. That's a great, great movie. Vincent Price, Charles Bronson, 1960, I believe it was. If you haven't seen Master of the World, folks, I love that movie. Love that movie.
Oh, this is a lot. This one is some fun films in this. Like I said, there's a 3rd one that's missing. I think it has stuff like The Fly on it. And
yeah, cool. Help me. Help me. Say help me.
No, you hear me.
And because it's October, everyone's favorite spooky month. Oh yeah, nine of the
the one that drills you in the ankles gets me every time. And I was like, kid, I hide my. Oh my God!
Yikes!
Awesome.
Oh my!
Which
scary.
Again, if you love stop motion puppets and some like terrible use of recycled footage from previous movies. It's just straight up like
9 movies.
Because they could not be bothered to spend the money to film new stop motion of the puppets.
Did they have to pay Marvel to use the name Puppet Master? I'm curious.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't know. The film Karate Kid, the Karate, they had to pay DC. I'm not kidding. They really did.
And finally, because they say there can only be one, but
there can only be one. Yeah.
See,
actually,
the curse of sequels will prove otherwise.
Only be one, because the only one that's any good is
my woman. There can only be
one good one.
5.
Yes, there can only be one good one. In this case,
of course,
that second one is horrible.
Look, the more sequels they make, the better they make the one good one look.
There's truth in that.
Iron Cat's
Oh,
good about buying
that's
stuff.
true.
Yes, Crazy Junior. That was Harlock's ship.
Yes. Oh, love it. I have a
True for Star Wars.
I have some questions for Mr. Captain Deckard Spock.
Uh-oh.
Dude, do you realize the responsibility you've burdened me with?
Oh, the Deckard thing. Oh, it's not necessarily all on you. I'm just saying. It's pretty close.
I will endeavor to function adequately in that respect. Now, again, am I allowed to watch more than one version? Do I have to watch all 20 versions, or what's the deal here?
Whoa, recognize that is if you're going to talk about Blade Runner, especially the Deckard question, you've got to recognize there's 3 versions. I've already got problem being in my head. Actually, there's 17.
Robbie.
There's 3.
I thought there were 5 versions.
There are 3.
No matter which version you choose, you're going to be wrong.
The work print doesn't count. There are 3 cinematic releases. 82 original, 94 director's cut, 2000 and I don't even fucking know, who cares, final cut. And the way to go, you go final cut first. Please, Blade Runner virgins, anyone out there that has not seen Blade Runner virgins, start with Like a Virgin.
The theatrical cut.
Yeah. No, yes, no.
Wait, you're saying watch the sequel first?
On. I'll tell you what. No, I'm not even talking about the sequel. Don't mention the sequel.
All right, I'll watch the sequel first.
Don't
Gotcha.
mention the sequel.
There's
no sequel. There's no sequel.
And then play the game.
There's no graphic novel. There's no game. There's no comic. There's no novel. Transmedia verisimilitude. See what I mean? This is. How long have you guys got? Right, 12 hours. Here we go.
12 hours. We'll go for 12 hours. Right now, we got
the later version.
There's many comics to read, so I have time.
Right.
I did have a question. Sorry.
Uh-oh. Right.
Go ahead, Deckard.
Blade Runner. Right. Okay.
It was
because I like my hold that thought. Hold that. That's a good thought. Hold that thought. I'm trying. Look, it's Clobberin show. I'm trying to answer the darn question.
What have I done?
I'm going to get kicked off here. I'm trying to answer the darn question. Right, Blade Runner. The reason why you go reverse chronological. Unlike Star Wars, just watch the original. If it says A New Hope, you know it ain't dope. Right. The original Star,
right?
Forget it. Right.
Yeah.
Blade Runner, opposite. It gets better each time, and because they take away things. The reason I recommend you start with the last version, the final cut, is it's got less stuff. It's got without the voiceover, although it does add the unicorn. Spoiler alert. But then
there's a unicorn.
Wait, there's more.
Yes.
No, what unicorn? I don't know.
Is it the last unicorn?
I don't know. It's a Pegasus.
Geez.
I don't know. It's a fucking narwhal. I don't know. It's like a unicorn, but with spins. I don't know.
Some animal with a horn.
Captain Deckard, it's first time talking to you. You're awesome.
By the way, yes, it's first time I had a chance to talk to Deckard.
Look,
I am the unicorn.
You're saying final.
knows. I ramble, but I do try and stay.
There'll be like 5 to 10 tangents before we get to the first point.
Exactly.
I think the sequel comes first, right?
Look, at least there's no time travel in Blade Runner. Hooray! There's
no time travel.
Thank fuck! Don't get me started on Back to the Future, man. Do not get. Do not say.
I
don't want to hear shit.
We'll be on time travel for ages.
I have a question.
There's only one Back to the Future film.
Yes, don't even get me started on the sequel.
Is this stream going 88 miles per hour?
Yes.
Your Muslim uncle. What's that in kilometers? Can we have that in kilometers, please? Because I am in New Zealand.
Hello, your Muslim uncle. Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, go ahead. Finish your.
Hail, Muslim uncle. Right. So, Clobby, for you, the answer is a director's cut because that's what you got close to you. But final, and to be binary about it. Final cut, director's cut, more or less the same. There are, of course, differences. That's why I shelled out $30 for yet another version. Well done, film companies.
Okay.
But do not start with the original theatrical cut because you'll get that grating Harrison Ford voiceover, that fucking tired phoning in bullshit.
Right.
Even Harrison Ford's denied he was phoning in. That wasn't me phoning in. That was me doing my best job. That's even worse. That's you acting. That's you making an effort.
They say he didn't like it. They say he didn't like it. So yeah,
he like it. I didn't like the one thing we all agree in, because as we all know, Harrison Ford thinks that Deckard is a human. I just want to say on that point, don't even go there, but just on the point. Well done, Harrison. Nobody cares. Nobody. Let's ask the key grip. You know what I mean? Okay, do your lines, snog Rachel, get in your helicopter, crash your fuck off.
Right.
Basically, that's
I
it.
got you.
I don't care what Harrison Ford. He's a human in the. Anyway, don't even go there. Right. So,
I have a question.
Cut. Okay, go on.
Go ahead.
Was the monologue a replicant or a human?
Right. Well, a Cylon. See, what happened was.
Am I a replicant?
Wait,
this is
wait. Hang on. I've got a
am.
test. All right, you're in the desert. All right, let me ask you a question. Right, you're in the desert.
Mm-hmm.
You see a franchise on the back. You see a Star Trek. Right? What's that? You know what Star Wars is? Same thing. You see a franchise, Kathleen. You see a franchise. You pick it up. You pick up the Star Wars, Kathleen. You turn it. You turn the franchise. You turn it on its back. You're not helping the franchise, Kathleen. What do you mean I'm not helping? You're not helping, Kathleen. Sorry, wrong meeting. What was the question? Yes, you are a replicant. Sorry.
No, I was asking if the monologue was a replicant or a human, not pairs.
It was a replication. Well, it was actually written by a robot, performed by a cyborg, phoned in by a toaster, and then edited by a skin job. So in a way, that made it more human, which is ironic.
I love this guy.
Brett
Smoke
Cohen.
signaled by a replicant.
Thank you, Brett Cohen, for the $5 super chat. Listen, can we just agree that great artists leave the work, then it's the audience is to interpret it. Henceforth, Deckard's a human. Well, I'm not qualified. I'm not qualified to judge that last part there, Brett Cohen, but I do appreciate you. And
that subverted my expectations.
now,
Fade
let's see here.
Fade out.
Because I have not talked to him in a little while, I would like to, because we're not long for this cast. We can't be on much longer. I want to ask Father Miller.
Yeah.
Father Miller, sorry, I hit the room. Have you bought any comics lately?
I got the new Orville that just came out yesterday.
Oh, damn. I've been wanting to get this. That's a good comic.
And I haven't read it yet, but next week I have to make a trip to the big city. So, that's the one.
There you go.
I will be getting the half-off sale next week on back issues.
Nice, because you always get some cool back issues there. So I was just checking if you'd bought anything in recently there. So
nothing major.
You didn't buy this one, did you?
No, but I was looking at that earlier.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So
I will say the one that I did buy. Now that it hits me, I got the DC Black Label last week of Batman the Imposter. It first volume just came out and wasn't impressed.
That's new. That's a new one then.
It's a new one.
Okay. I haven't bought any new comics other than some Orville issues and a few other facsimiles in years and years and years. And I've been meaning. I'm back. I'm behind on those Orville issues. I have the first 4 or so, and I know they have a few more out there. But the Orville comics pretty good.
They are.
And there's no time. I don't think there's any time travel in them, Deckard. So you're safe.
Thank goodness for that. Thank heaven for small mercies.
This is the time travel master. Yeah, you are a time master.
In all humility, you think I'm opinionated about Blade Runner? No, I'm just asking the question. I've given up on the answer. Just get Doomcock and Burnett in a room, let them fight it out.
That would be fun.
Whereas with time travel and Ash, you know me on this. I'm not joking, and I know this is going to sound a bit too arrogant for an Englishman, but you're welcome, everyone. I've solved time travel. The paradox of time travel to the past. The grandfather paradox. Hey, Marty, did you happen to go back in time and knock your dad out of a tree? I fixed the whole thing. You're welcome, everyone. Now, no one believes me, but that's because I can't explain it properly. But the point is, it is a work of humble, stable genius. And as soon as I've worked on the video and get some clicks, and it's all good. So, but I can't, not now. I can't. I went over. Don't talk about the time. See, the thing is, you can't erase the timeline, Mr. Captain Kirk, City on the Edge of Forever. I'm sorry, Clobby. I like the original Star Trek. I love it. You know I do, like you do. It's a work of genius. But no, City on the Edge of Forever, Joan Collins fan club. Don't worry about it, Kirk. Doesn't matter if she dies. It's fine. Give her a kiss. Look, we'll talk about it later.
Did you ever listen to the audiobook of the original screenplay for City on the Edge of Forever?
Oh no, of course not. You can't.
I have the comic. I have the comic adaptation.
Trust me, I City on the Edge of Forever is my favorite, but I listened to the audiobook of it, and I love the original version now.
I can't stand it. I think it's absolutely antithetical to what Star Trek is about. R.L. Nelson needed his script changed big time. It's interesting to read, but it was.
Now that said, I still like City on the Edge Forever. I just like both versions.
Look, they did a comic book adaptation of it for years. It was available in short story in the back of a lot of library books. But Ellison's concept does not fit into Star Trek. Even if you like that story, I mean, drug dealers on the Enterprise and all this other kind of crap just doesn't work. Now, again, it is interesting. But what Gene L. Kuhn, Orson Fontana, and G. Roddenberry did with his script, I mean, I love Sitting on the Edge Forever. And when it comes back to time travel, though, Deckard, I don't really think Star Trek needs to get into time travel that much. I wish the time travel stuff's not usually my favorites. But see, with Sitting on the Edge of Forever, at least they explained it by not explaining it. In other words, this is this gigantic technology that is so far above them that they can't really, Ellison decided, look, you can't explain it, so it just happens, and it works as a wonderful piece of drama. Even though if you look into the time travel of it, I'm with you about a lot of and I hear you. Whereas some episodes misuse time travel very badly.
Yeah, I mean, S Sing Hold Me Back would be all after. How many hours do you do? 12 hours, Clobby. The thing is, right? No, it's all right. Next week on Time Travel with Clobby.
Okay, we'll do that. Yeah, we'll do that.
May I ask Father Miller a question? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Since we're halfway through October, even more so now, can you recommend a series or comic book this year that has come out that anyone who hasn't read anything good lately should pick up?
I know he can. Yeah. He's reading a lot of.
I mean, the one that really sticks out in mind, new or old,
whichever one you prefer. Maybe both. One from each.
The one that I really liked, and I was blown away the first time I read it, was Superman Red Sun.
That's a good
one. What if Superman landed in Russia in the 1950s instead of Kansas? Now the animated movie was not good.
No, it's terrible. They really ruined it. Yeah, Cam, and Apollo means minion. Hello there, my dear. Good to see you, Cam from Apollo.
But for newer stuff, I don't know. I've been enjoying Something's Killing the Children.
I hear that's fantastic, and it's one of those like.
And I know Frankencaster knows, and Clobby knows. I think Nick Weiser. I have a first print of the first issue.
Yes,
which is currently getting graded, and it's going to be signed by both the artist and the cartoonist.
I am super jealous, sir.
Nice, that's excellent.
So, but I mean, it's a fun. I've enjoyed it. It's a good read.
Well, excellent. There you go. Young, see, Father does buy some of the current stuff, and he buys a lot of back issues. I can't really stand new stuff myself.
I've got some books.
Oh, you got some on you now?
Well, no. I mean, not to show up, but if we're gonna recommend,
go ahead.
I haven't been a fan of the show since I was a kid, but surprisingly, for Ryan Parrott, the current Power Rangers comics are good on Boom Studios as well. Yep. I have not read he has two series. He's got Power Rangers and he's got Mighty Morphin. I haven't read Mighty Morphin yet, but I've been reading Power Rangers. I have issues 1 through 8, and that's been good. 4 issues in, I really enjoy Berserker as well with Keanu Reeves and Matthew Kent. That's not just been good just because Keanu's name has been attached to it, but it's super, super intense. Holy crap. And the story actually has a lot more substance than I thought it ever would. And Ron Garney's pencils are always nice to look at as well. Like so you actually get, it's actually worth reading. And I'm usually one of those guys where I get a little worried when I see like big names attached to books, even names like Keanu Reeves, because I'm aware that just because you're good at one thing doesn't automatically translate to you being good at another. So I really enjoy Berserker as well. So I would say, yeah, Boom actually has some good books going on right now as far as modern comics goes. And of course, The Last Ronin kicks ass.
I have all the Green Ranger variant covers from those. All of them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Those have been popular. Not Brian Young. I want to thank you so much for the £5 super chat. He says, for the captain, 1, multiple timelines, branching universes. 2, single timeline, closed loop. 3, replace timeline, creates a new, replace the old. Thank you so much for that, not Brian Young. You know,
thank you, not Brian Young, king of the Précy. See, I can't say that in fewer than 12 hours. Can't be done. But not Brian
I do
Young.
want to talk to you about time
It's
travel
been.
one day. I do want to talk to you about time travel one day because it fascinates
Let's talk
me.
about it let's do it last week.
Okay. I like it.
How's last Wednesday for you, Clobby?
Well, last Wednesday was kind of hectic. Maybe
okay,
we
maybe
probably
next
fit
week.
it in. And dude, we need to talk comics soon because I know you're a fan of some '80s comics and stuff like that. And one of my, you need to come on my my Mark C Comics talk on a Monday night one. That again, I know that the time difference is crazy, and you during the show.
Oh, that's right. I've given up sleeping, so I'm available 24/7.
You are the man that. You live streamed for 12 hours almost. So
but you slept last Wednesday. You're good.
Yeah, you got me there. I did get a bit of shut eye. I know I missed 3 news items and an upgrade, so that's what happened.
What you got?
I did want to make one recommendation for a comic, and that is House Atreides from Boom Studios. Since we're talking about Power Rangers came up earlier, this is a comic adaptation of the one of the prequel novels that leads into Dune. So if you like the movie, that's coming out this weekend, definitely go track these down. This came out this week. One of the things I can say is that for all of Boom books, it's the first thing I notice is that paper quality. It feels good in your hand.
I can verify that as well. Ironcast is right.
It's an odd thing to praise, but it's just the first thing you notice when you pick these up.
I see what you mean. You know,
I like these covers.
I see what you mean there, sir. Well, I tell you what, folks. Unless our newer arrivals, Mr. Captain Deckard or Father Miller, have anything else to add, we'll start shutting things down here because we've been on for a couple of hours.
Well, I got some.
That's fine. I should probably actually get going, so I'll probably bow out now. Because I gotta hit the road.
And tell us what you got going on, brother. Are we talking some comics tomorrow?
Oh, we are tomorrow. And first of all, I just want to say thank you for having me on here as always. It's always fun to talk the geek stuff, whether it's for good or for venting. It's always therapeutic, no matter which way we go. But tomorrow night we got Friday Night Comic Shop Talk, and thanks to the awesome D. Bud Martin, he gave us an idea that would translate into what is tomorrow's panel. All the panelists, we're going to talk about our favorite origin stories. We're going to pick 2 heroes, 2 villains, and we're going to make sure we keep away from the usual suspects like Spider-Man, Superman, Batman, so we can try to get a little creative with it and maybe hopefully get someone to pay attention to a character maybe they didn't pay as much attention to. If they just happen to already be a fan of it, well, then that's just a bonus. And, of course, on Monday nights, I like to yell at park cars with Comics Division and the rest of the Dicks Division. And Toxic Tuesday will be talking Lethal Weapon. Stay tuned for more shorts on more action figures that I've been scoring. So, yeah. Anyways, this has been awesome. Thank you, guys. Have a magical, excellent evening. Do not come.
Do not
anyway, I'm going to come.
Thank you so
It's been Nicholas. Good. Oh, I see that fatty. Oh, nice.
Nicholas.
Oh, yes, Clobberin.
Oh. Appreciate you, buddy. Thanks for being here.
Appreciate you, man. I'll see you tomorrow night then.
Yes, sir. You shall.
Oh, don't look at that one. Don't look at that one.
Right.
That's horrible. Oh, wait. No, not No.
You're killing me, Smalls.
These are all
like that one. I like that one. Scotty Young. I like Scotty Young.
Oh, I like the sound of that peeling.
Oh, yeah. With the paper on those Marvel books ripping apart because of how cheap the paper is.
That peeling is very appealing.
That's plastic. No, Judge, man, look, I doxed my hand.
Deckard, you were always on point there, bro.
He has a hand.
Scotty Young cover.
I'm very, very drunk.
Speaking of Scotty Young, his book, what's it called? I Hate Fairyland. That was super fun. That was a 20-issue series on Image. He did the writing and the drawing on. That was awesome. That was super fun too. It's super cartoony. I loved it.
I like that keyboard.
I do too.
Thanks. You can get it. It's like $20 on Amazon.
All right, guys. Well, thank you. Thank you, Fetty. I'll see you all soon.
Take care, Nick.
Bye, Nick.
Bye.
Fat Steven, dude, tell us about what you got going on there, brother.
Every Monday is Babylon 5 Mondays. Everyone knows that show. We did have a few weeks ago Patricia Tallman on, Lita herself. Pretty much every other Wednesday, if I feel like it, we've got this buttered. We just have a good laugh. I do a lot of gaming. Everyone's welcome there. Just come have a good laugh, chur in the chat. It's Big Daddy Fortnite pretty much at this point. Other than that, I do lunch table with Lorena, but Tuesday I'm thinking of doing something about random shit. I don't know what to do. I like hanging out with people. And what happened?
I don't know. Oh yeah, I added Raymond there. Sorry.
Oh, no, it was okay. Thank you, Clobby, for having me. Father Miller, it's nice
to
talk to you.
Yeah.
Have a nice day. And yeah, Vincent Price was in the hilarious House of Frankenstein. If you haven't seen it, watch it.
Well, thanks, brother, being here as always, man. Enjoyed it, and it was good to get to hang out with you again, buddy.
Thank you for coming on Tuesday, brother. It made a lot.
Anytime, man. Yes. Again, belated repeat of your happy birthday.
No, don't do it. No.
It was his birthday stream.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, no, it wasn't. That's what I meant to say. I meant to say it was not his birthday. Raymond popped in. Let's say, Raymond, dude, what's happening, man? Good to see you.
Hey, guys. How you guys doing?
Here. Sorry, we were on the way out here, brother, but.
Oh, no problem. I just got in.
Yeah, just working. Yeah, working late.
Yeah, well, other things before having to get on here, but yeah.
No, well, it's good to see you, man.
Good seeing you guys.
Let's see. I put the link there in the chat, or in the I put the link to your books in the chat if you want to tell everybody a little bit about that.
Sure. My 2 books out there are they're the Dolphin Wars. They are All's Fair and Peacemaker. All's Fair is concerning a Earth-Mars war, and Peacemaker is the aftermath, and does have alien dolphins in it. There's more science fiction. And I've started work on a channel. It is called King Dolphin TV, and will be coming out soon. Thanks, Clobby and Mark C and Raquel for helping me out, and Fet for Hire for doing stuff for both Dolphin Wars and King Dolphin TV.
Excellent.
I'll put the link out there. I'm hoping, knock on wood, to get a first stream out there next week for my birthday, but I am not sure. I'm getting jabbed on Wednesday, so I have no clue what's going to happen. Let's see.
We'll put
there
that
are
link
already
in the chat.
videos out there, so
okay.
I'll put the link out there. So there are 3 videos already out there, so come and take a look and let's make some waves.
All right, man. We'll put the link in there for the channel as well.
Okay.
Appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate it.
Let's see here. Ironcaster, what you got going on there, bro? I'm trying to find your link there. Go ahead.
Oh, it's in there somewhere. All right. I'm, of course, an Ironcaster. I like to talk about some big robots. I need to get to making some videos about talking about them, but that's not the point right now. Of course. Tomorrow I will be not over on Father Miller's because I'll be going to see Dune, I believe. I think I'll be watching Dune at the time. So we'll see if I can make that one or not. And then tomorrow night, Nick Weiser's talking about some superheroes, talking about some origins. And Monday, I think we'll be doing a Saturday, T-shirts, talking the Week in Geek.
Okay.
I think I'll really be that for now.
Cool, man.
He also snipes my skills and you get him to do free stuff in the gaming and doesn't even say thank you and then leaves right after he gets what he wants done. And he's just abuses me.
I'm efficient. I'm not wasting your time.
You're grifting the grifter, man. This is not right.
By the way, I could use an artist. I want to find someone out to reach out to. So if anyone knows anyone who,
for what?
I want to work on designing a little robot head or something for an avatar for throwing on some merch.
Okay.
So if there's anyone who has the skills to pay the bills,
Look at that awkward silence brought to you by Ironcaster. Nobody wants to help me.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh my goodness. The wonderful Arwen. Arwen, I cannot thank you enough for hanging out with me here today. And it's been just, as always, so much fun. You are the best.
Oh, Clobby, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. I always have fun. So,
well, what you got going on? What's going on? I mean, you're all over the place, which we're all thankful for, by the way.
Well, tonight normally would be Pegasus Actual with Drew and Brightest Day, but he just sent out a link that it's been canceled tonight.
Oh.
So no Battlestar Galactica, y'all.
Fortnite.
But it'll be back. It'll be back next week as normal. Let's see. Saturday I have the Week in Geek on T-Shirt Historian's channel. And that's at 5 Eastern. And then we'll see about Rambling Karaoke. Rambling Karaoke. I always do that. Rambling Karaoke's. Rambling Canucks Karaoke at 10 o'clock on Saturday, 10 p.m. And then Sunday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern is the Fan Fantasy Story Ideas channel. I'll be on there. And then Sunday night, probably Mark's channel with Sunday. I can't even think. You know, I haven't eaten, so it's like my brain is not working. Y'all know Mark with the C's channel. Sunday Night Geekery at 11 p.m.
Yes,
if y'all
indeed.
can't find me there, yes, you can find me on Fortnite. So that's what I have going on this week.
All over the place. Well, also, she had to leave early, but the wonderful Purple was here with us. Someone you team up with on a regular basis. Purple Valkyrie, love you. And Purple, if you're still out there, please, there's, of course, the link to her wonderful channel. I mean, if you haven't, I can't even imagine anyone here not subscribed to your channel or Purple's, but just in case, we have it up there for you. And, of course, our great buddy Mark D with the C, who could not be here today. And you know, he might not even be there on Sunday night. He won't. No Clubby's Clubhouse tonight because he and Raquel can't make it. But there's his channel. Please go to Mark D with the C's as well. And, of course, Raquel, who can't make it, there is her link to her literary works below, my wonderful first officer, who we love very much. And there's her links. And thank you so much, Arwen. I really appreciate you.
No, thank you, Bobby.
What is wrong with this thing? Yeah, I can't. I'm having some... maybe it's just StreamYard's being slow on me. Crap. What in the hell? What's wrong with this? Look, it's keeping. I can't. Is anyone hearing me?
Yeah.
No. Speak up, Brown. You're through.
I can't take the. I don't know what's wrong. I can't even take a chat off of there.
I love your hat, Spock.
All right, well, everyone,
that's not a hat. That's just my head.
I've
that was a time traveler's cap.
Oh, this thing. Oh, yeah.
If you're a conehead, I was going to say, bro.
I've been called worse. Something head.
Wow, I have no control over anything here. Oh, where are you? What's wrong with this thing?
I think he's in a cabin of a ship.
I don't know. I want to see that though. Let's see if I can bring that bit. I can't take the chat off the screen, so I can't see. Do I have any control? I want to see that Spock thing. There you go. Cockney Spock. What's up, brother? Look at that mirror Spock. That's fantastic. Isn't that beautiful?
Cockney Spock. All right, geezer. Cockney Spock from University here. There you go, mate. Where's that Kirk? Oi, Kirk, your tail rag. Where are you, mate? Know what I mean? Christy. All right, back to you, Clobby. Hey.
I love that. I was having some issues with I was having some tech issues. Sorry, everyone.
Sort it out. Get Clobby down in engineering. The engines will no longer take it, Captain. I won't do the accent.
I'm sorry we didn't get to talk that much tonight, but we're going to rectify that, buddy, because we have to have a Blade Runner and time travel discussion, and more importantly, comics.
All right, but 15-hour maximum. 15 hours, yes. Probably. That's it.
Yes, but we'll team up both channels. We'll do that. How about that? Thank you so much for coming on out with me, brother. I love that hat. I'm stealing that hat from you.
You reminds me of the hunter from House of Frightenstein.
It's Frankenstein.
I will say it however I drunkenly want to say it, okay?
You are the man. Even if you did put that responsibility on my shoulders about Deckard, man, but I'm going to try to help.
Yeah, I'm
15 hours paying for each version of the movie.
But closing thought on Blade Runner is just simple fact. We got to respect our fellow Jedi's. You know, the Doomcock. I'm just going to call it the Doomcock position. Is Deckard a replicant? Yes, that is the Doomcock position. No argument. I've done a video.
Hail Lord Doomcock.
Done. Hail Doomcock. But also Hale Burnett, who says Deckard's a human, and anyone that says otherwise, they're a hipster. That is also a valid position. Not about the hipster so much. I mean, don't make me climb down off my penny farthing bicycle and have words. But then equally, Hale Critical Drinker, who says he is, but then really it shouldn't be answered. And then the Hale Gary Nerdrotic, who says, do not answer the question. It's not meant to be answered. Of course it's meant to be answered. Don't even get me started. Well, to be fair, I'll let you go in a minute, but I just got to say,
go for
got me thinking. Well, the thing is, you've got your intentionally specific ending, you've got your intentionally vague ending, your unintentionally specific, and your unintentionally vague. I mean, I know it sounds like bollocks, but I've done the diagram, and so it must be true. So I'm sorry, Critical. I mean, shout out Critical Drinker. He's an up and coming channel. He needs to support.
Yeah, up and coming.
But, you know what I mean? Apparently, he's got a book out. I mean, it's no Dolphin Wars, but apparently it's all right. But the point is, deliberately vague ending. The vague ending is always good, really. Did we blow up the Death Star, says Luke at the end of Star Wars? Well, I think we did, Han. We better go back and check. Of course, intentionally specific, they blew up the Death Star! So, anyway.
They killed the Emperor. We got him, right?
Did they use proton torpedoes or just an X-Wing's lasers? I don't remember.
I love that.
Pew, pew, pew. That's all I'm saying.
And shout out to all those great gentlemen, Doomcock, Critical Drinker, Gary, and RMB, all wonderful, spectacular blokes. We love them all here. So thank you.
And they all disagree about Deckard. That's the point. They can't all be right. They all disagree with each other. This must be acknowledged.
What happens if Marty McFly time traveled and actually rear-ended the X-Wing in the trench?
Stir it up, brother.
The X-Wing in the trench. Don't get me started.
Is Marty McFly
they stop.
Yeah, Marty McFly's a replicant. Doc Brown's the Cylon. We all know this.
Which Marty McFly? There's two Marty McFly.
The one that didn't do his mom.
Which Marty McFly? Marty McFly from Universe A, or Marty? Don't make me get my toys out.
Cowboy McFly.
Marty McFlies.
All I'm going to tell you is Dolly has braces. All right, brother. That's all I know. But Dolly
Stuart Mitchell is correct. And thanks for subscribing, Stuart.
Yes.
He's forgetting the most important question. Green milk or blue milk?
Whoa. That green milk, that ain't milk. Those aren't titties.
No, blue.
It's utterly hard to decide.
Oh, man.
Dude, or is it a milk dud?
Oh, come on. Don't ruin chocolate for us. What the hell, man?
I'm shocked.
Okay, now you're milking it.
What am I up?
We're getting around
You're
the
on now.
Okay, so
Father Miller, what you got going on, sir? Thank you for being here. Sorry we didn't.
Yeah, thank you for having me. So I'm going live tomorrow with Rabbi. We do the Fans and Faith. The priest and the rabbi get together to talk about nerddom, and I'm hosting it on my channel tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to that. Then I'll be doing another episode of my pre-Friday night tight stretch, which I call Friday afternoons. No, pre-Friday night tight stretch stream, which is Friday afternoon stretch, and it's been fun. Other than that, I'm just getting ready to do some hate watching of Doctor Who when it comes on in 2 weeks. I never thought I would ever use the words hate watch and Doctor Who together. Never. And you see in the background. That's a signed Tom Baker.
Oh wow!
You're a braver man than I am.
Next to the signed Kirk.
I forgive them, Father. They know not what they do.
I think Father Miller needs the scarf when he does that because Retro has one. He needs one. He's a beautiful man. He just needs a beautiful scarf to go along with a little hat to just beat the crap out of him. Hey, watch is real.
Yeah, if I had more time to prep, I probably would.
That would be cool. Father, I cannot thank you enough for hanging out. Sorry we didn't get to hang out as long, but I cannot thank you enough for being here. I appreciate it, of course. And yes, I love Rabbi. He's great. So I love that show you guys do. And thank you so much. I want to thank everyone for all the wonderful chat. So many wonderful people in the chat. I can't remember all the names. The lovely Sherry, the lovely Six, the lovely Janet. You notice I'm only mentioning the ladies because you other bugs.
The lovely Steven.
Yeah.
Because I can't remember any of the guys, just the ladies. No, I'm just kidding. Just teasing. You're all fantastic. And some new arrivals. Not Brian Young. Thank you so much. Cam. Apollome's Minion. Another one of the ladies here. So lovely to see you. Brett Cohen. Darius, buddy. Got to get you to come hang out with us one of these days as well, man. You're all welcome. Stuart Mitchell, the great Stuart Mitchell, of course. D. Bud. Martin, brother.
Pat S.
Pat S, the great Pat S. He had to run. Pod, look at the last minute. Pod Racing Palpatine. He's like the mighty Zarquan. So it's up right at the restaurant of the universe. Boom. Right as the universe is going boom. So the last but not least are my two longtime Global Geek Gang pals. Esh, what you got going on, brother?
Well, quite a lot actually. I've got my own channel, Essing, here on YouTube. I'm a gaming streamer, so I've been streaming different horror games this month. So on Monday, I'll be checking out Day Gone by H.P. Lovecraft, and also next Wednesday, I'll be doing part 2 to Resident Evil 7 because surprisingly, I actually really enjoyed playing that, even though it is a horror game, and I was shrieking in terror, as T-shirt puts it. But I will be playing that as well. On Tuesdays, I co-host with Amanda Gillen Presents on Twitch. Thursdays is here on the Global Geek Gang with Clobberin Times. Fridays is Minecraft on Explore the Multiverse channel, and occasionally TGIF as well for Pop Culture Minefield. Saturdays is The Week in Geek with TGI Historian, and eventually when they start up again, Pop Culture Archivists on Sundays, and I'll be here, there, and everywhere in between. Yeah.
Well, thanks, bro. I'm always just love having you here, man. You are the best, buddy. We appreciate you, man. And of course, last but never least, is the amazing Retro Picker. Boy, I'm glad you're back here, buddy. It's always good to see you.
Oh, dude, thank you very much. It's been great being on the panel as usual. Great to be with everyone on it. Absolutely excellent. Not up to too much, really. You'll probably generally find me lurking around on Twitter, so I'll be there. And
hungry boy.
Yeah, I will probably more than likely be here next week on the Global Geek Gang. So thank you very much, everybody. Cheers.
Thank you, man. By the way, also Hungry Boy, my good friend pal Cavatinho, the lovely Louis Sparrow. So a few more. Again, you all know I have a terrible memory, and I'm old. I'm probably the oldest one here.
Grandpa.
So yeah, I'm probably the old one here, so I forget everything.
No,
except for Retro. Sorry, man. I had to. So again, thank you all so much. And again, you get to enjoy this wonderful intro that my amazing first officer, the beautiful Raquel Briggs, made for the Global Geek Gang. We love you, RM. Love you, Raquel. And shout out to the great Mark D with the C, who couldn't be here with us today. He's out traveling, but we love our bud, Mark D. Thank you all. Thanks. Big shout out to the wonderful Purple Valkyrie. Good night.
And remember, this stream is brought to you by Big Bulge. So big, you can't even put a mic clamp on your desk.
Do that before some background noise. Yes. Take it easy, my friends. Later.
Ciao.